your seat, light it up, let's unwind. Kevin and Kerr bringing topics of all kinds, from cigars to sports, family and more. Everyday stories you'll want to explore. So take a puff or ponder away. Join the talk, it's the highlight of your day. Puff and ponder where the sparks ignite, conversations blazing day or night. Tune in now, let the stories take flight. It's the Puff and Ponder podcast, where we get it right. From fast cars to last night's game, family laughs or today's big name. We've got the topics, we've got the vibe. Stay tuned in and enjoy the ride. So lean back, relax, take a break. Kevin and Kerr got the chat you'll appreciate. Puff and Ponder, the show that's great, where conversations ignite. Don't hesitate.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Puff and Ponder podcast, where conversations ignite. The four of us, I can't remember the last time the four of us were on a video together.
It was probably the last bully show.
Yeah, Kerr and Jen, the Stogie Road Cigars, Kevin and Jess, Cigar Prop, Trash Panda Cigars. What is going on, everybody? So, you got the. Let me get the comments up there too as well. We're gonna start it off with what's everybody smoking tonight?
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
is your camera different? You guys look closer.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Shut up. Shut up. Kerr, they were 8 seconds into the live stream and already.
It's fine.
Jessica misses me.
Yeah.
Sure don't.
Yeah.
Sure, I get it enough at home. Don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Hey,
again.
I always watch you on KMA. You always elevate that show when you're on
Well,
there.
thank
So
you. I
just give me a little bit
appreciate
of grace to puff your balls.
All right. I'll try.
It'll be a great show.
What are you smoking, Jen?
I am starting off with, this is a Wolfpack and shirt, our new hoodies. One of their bundle cigars. It's Torpedo. Fantastic. Great price point. I could smoke these every day, which I do. And then I'm going to follow it up with my newest favorite brand, which is Reformed Cigars. This is the John Calvin. So it's really, they are a fantastic organization as well, because they deal a lot with the guy in Esteli, and I just love reading about them and smoking their cigars. So they do a lot for the community.
Well, I like the sweatshirts. They're awesome.
Deeply religious, Jennifer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they make great cigars, so that will get me back into church.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kerr,
but the
what do you-
Wolfpack cigars are awesome.
Nice.
What are you
What
enjoying?
am I
Kerr?
smoking? I'm smoking the deconstructed Edition 35. So this is the Habano Maduro. And then for my second cigar is going to be, again, one of the Wolfpack bundles. Like Jen said, these are so good. I mean, it's a great bundle stack. It's I think it might be a Cuban sandwich, but you know, it's
those are always really
I think
good.
I mean, I always thought it was long filler, but the last couple of times I've been spitting a little bit of extra tobacco out, so it might be some Cuban sandwich, but it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Very nice.
What's going on, John? Cigar Craig
Hey,
and I were
John.
just talking about you and your wife last night. All good things. Jessica, what are you smoking tonight?
I am smoking Sinistro's The Last Cowboy Ghoul.
Ooh, that was a great cigar. And then I'm smoking from Races Cubana, the 1941.
Oh my gosh, I love that one.
It's such a great cigar.
And then after
Fantastic.
I didn't get to finish because you didn't wait. I was going to do one of the Black Label's Coffin Nails.
Oh my gosh, I love those too. I could smoke
They're
those all
so
the time.
good. I know. They're so good.
I only had one, and I don't want to smoke. They're just so addicting because they're so good,
really
and they're
good.
such that small size. You just want to keep
Yeah.
like chain smoking them. And my second cigar will be the La Aurora 115. Great cigar. And I'm a fast smoker, so I do have a third backup as the Black Bomb from United Cigar.
Oh, I don't think I had that one.
I don't think so either. I found it in the humidor. I was looking for a third backup as a small. Oh,
backup to the backup.
That's it. Speaking of humidor, I've got a giveaway. I'm going to share my screen. So for the last month or so, we've been collecting email addresses for the Marvero 500 count humidor. Beautiful, beautiful humidor. Thank you to Marvero once again for giving us a humidor to give away. So let me share my screen here, and let's see. I think we had almost 300 people. So let's draw.
Enter.
I entered my email times.
Yeah. No member of this podcast can win.
Squiggly Nuts #1. That's at the Gmail.
This is I did not expect a countdown. So JB Thornhill, Canada. I'm gonna have to draw that again.
Oh no! Sorry.
Did you specify U.S. only?
No, I didn't. But I'm so I'm gonna redraw. I'm gonna pick another one just in case JB doesn't want to pay that duty for the there. Can you want to write down JB?
Dude,
what's that?
Write down JB.
Can you write down JB?
I will try and remember JB.
It was J and then BE.
BEE, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna do this one again.
You picked a real fun one.
Yeah, no, this is from the website. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to cost JB, but it might be more than what
he's willing to pay. Yeah.
Than what he's willing to pay.
Another Canadian.
So Evan Knight, Dayton, Ohio, fellow Buckeye.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, you don't know that.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Apparently, he knows.
He could just simply Cincinnati.
Right. What was that? Yeah. So
congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations to one of those, either JB or Evan Knight. So I'll reach out to JB and find out if he wants to, if he's willing to pay that, because that's gonna be one hell of a shipment.
How much does that humidor normally cost?
I want to say it was $400 or so, $450
for that humidor.
Yeah. So,
and then how much would it cost to probably ship it?
To ship it and duties, probably every bit of that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, JB.
So,
that's
unless he's got someone, like I said, I do have some Canadian people that I don't ship to Canada, cigars and everything else, but I got a couple guys. They have a
across the border.
They have a PO box across the border.
Yep.
So
let's move on from that.
Yeah.
You can talk to him and you can talk all about that.
Yeah.
No one else cares.
It's an interesting subject because it sucks, because whenever you want to freaking mail something to someone outside the U.S., they're going to get whacked. It's not fair.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sorry. It's, that's unfortunate, but it's not like it's not a new concept.
Yeah. Jessica, sorry you live in shit Canada.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, look at what's happening. Look at what happened in Hawaii and stuff. And that's in the U.S. I mean, it's not just outside of the U.S.
I don't know.
Like,
are they not state anymore?
Like Chris Duque with the cigars and everything. He's
we're not allowed to ship to Hawaii.
We're not allowed
anymore.
to ship to Hawaii. I mean, it's insane.
Why?
Utah's got really strict
Yeah,
laws.
states are getting they're getting stricter. Jersey's getting ready to jack up their taxes.
50%.
Yeah,
I know.
So I mean, it's not just outside the U.S. The U.S. has its own issues.
Ain't
We
nothing
just
like
happen.
the great state of New Jersey forcing all their consumers to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well, that's how we used to have to buy fireworks and stuff, was you used to just go over the border to PA. You couldn't have them in Jersey.
We couldn't buy them as kids because I said, well, down here, we couldn't go across the border to Atlanta or Georgia because it was 6 hours away. Yeah, but fireworks.
I drove all the way from Jersey to the south of the border to get freaking fireworks when I was a teenager one time, Kevin. So don't tell me 6 hours. Oh my God, poor you guys. It was like 15 hours to drive.
Back in the day, we used to have to go. We'd go down south. My brother,
Yeah.
I remember my brother taking trips to South Carolina with his buddies when he was in high school and college, and would bring back fireworks.
Oh yeah, we did it all the time. If we couldn't find it anywhere as like outside of Jersey, like close, we would have to always drive to South Carolina. We used to
That was
pack
the
up,
closest
stock up.
place, like
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. No one.
No,
No.
You know, back in the day, you couldn't get them in
not for good
Pennsylvania.
fireworks like mortars and all that
Get
stuff. You could
fucking
get like
sparklers.
sparklers.
Yeah.
It's bullshit like
You
that.
mean to tell me
Yeah.
you don't have any? You know?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
seriously, we would have to drive all the way to South Carolina to get fireworks.
Oh wow.
Hey, last week I wanted to say something. We got in a great conversation. So, but was Sunday or Saturday? Daryl stopped by. Daryl and his wife stopped by.
Saturday.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
Big
right
D,
on.
he's retired,
Yeah.
Oh.
and they were coming home from North Carolina. They stopped by. We had a nice little
Yeah.
retirement gift for him. But it was good.
How
seeing him.
far away does he live? Like the distance? Like was it like
40
a couple
minutes
hours?
from me.
Oh, just 40
No.
minutes. Okay.
Yeah, he was visiting family in North Carolina.
Oh,
So he's up
okay.
there for like a whole week with his wife, and then his son lives 15 minutes from us.
Yep. Didn't know that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
oh,
good.
right on.
That's nice.
Yeah,
How old's his son? How old's his son?
I think it's his youngest son. He might be in his 30s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, yeah. And then
So
also,
grown-ass
I
man.
want to.
Yeah.
What's that?
grown ass man. So yeah.
Grown ass man. Yeah. He's got
Yeah.
all grown ass children. Also on our show, I want to get this out of the way because I know we don't have big sports fans here, but I did need
I like
to
sports.
address college sports, and I promised
And I like
Kevin.
college sports.
I promised Kevin, and he asked me to take our normal conversation about the college rankings and turn it into a 20-minute video or 20-minute period.
Yeah.
Or was it two?
Yeah.
Was it two?
I
I,
believe
thought
may
there
have
was a
said-
zero in there.
I
thought
may
it
have
was
said
20.
two, but yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm sorry. I must have been.
Okay, so no big upsets.
No big upsets. It was a weekend of some potential, but a high mediocrity. Right. So Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech, it's top 5. Ole Miss, Oregon, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama. Your next 5. Fucking Notre Dame and Alabama.
I
squeaking it.
know.
I hate that. Afterwards, you got your BYU sneaking up.
Now, why aren't they up high? They're 10
Who?
1. BYU, Brigham Young.
Because they have a weak schedule.
Oh.
Yeah.
They can also go by schedules. It's just not because you'll see, Oklahoma's 9-2 and Notre Dame's 9-2 and Alabama's 9-10, 9-2 rather, and they're 8, 9, and 10. So it's also their schedule. Not every Ohio State plays tough teams like Kent State. It gets pretty rough.
There was a good song from there.
Yes, 40 in Ohio. But BYU, Utah, Miami, Vanderbilt again. Then you got the biggest game this upcoming weekend is number 18 against number 1.
I tell you, Facebook for the last like 3 or 4 days, that's all I see. And I'll be in a happy-go-lucky mood. Like, let me check my phone real quick, see what's going on Facebook, and then I'll see something about the game coming up, and I get a pit in my stomach, and I want to throw up, and it happens 30 fucking times a day, and I'm so nervous about this. Like this is me playing. Like my children's lives depend on
I
this.
hope you're preemptively taking a GI cocktail every day.
God, it's got me so tied up. And
And
I
Jessica,
gotta
the
work
reason
and
why I'm okay with ending this college conversation early is because this is the second year in a row Kevin's not betting me. Because the 3
Oh.
years prior, every year he bet me, I was the recipient of a nice cigar package.
yeah.
You decided not to bet this year?
Because
Last year.
You feel like you jinxed you?
I believe I'm the jinx.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so we got
3
to
years in a
change
row.
things up. So we got to change things up. I got to
Yeah.
put on
Yeah.
a different hat this time. I got to
Well,
work.
look at he's putting that
Yeah.
out in the atmosphere.
Not happening.
It was 3 years in a
80,
row
80.
I won, Jessica.
Ve-
Last
Ve-
year
Vegas-
he didn't bet
Ve-
me, lost. This year
Vegas
he did
has-
not bet me, lost again.
Vegas has the odds 88% chance that Ohio State's going to win.
Calm down.
So, But I gotta work until almost halftime. And I told him, I keep telling him every day, I go, I'm leaving before halftime. I go, if I'm in the middle of a car, I go, you better figure out how to fix it yourself.
Is that this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Oh.
Or they gotta wait till I come back
What
in
time
on
is the
Monday.
game?
Fucking noon. Actually,
Noon.
12:15.
I'm
Big
gonna
noon
call your
kickoff.
shop like right before halftime. Be like, I have a real major
Only-
repair.
Yeah.
Oh, that Kevin, he's an expert. I need
Yeah.
him to work
Oh,
on my
no.
vehicle today.
The schedule's already blocked off, big letters on the schedule. So
I'll pay
I'll-
double.
yeah,
Mm.
I got a guy for you.
Are you gonna go all the way up to the Twisted Fork to watch it?
No, because if you're not there,
yeah, the
they
parking.
start lining up, and they do kegs and eggs for the Michigan
Yeah.
game. So they get up to the Harley dealership because it has a huge restaurant.
Well,
And-
one year we went up there when it was Michigan playing, and there was other Michigan fan, and it was nice. Like
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
had like some fun rivalry.
Yeah,
it was actually pretty
it was fun. But they start lining up at 8 a.m. and start drinking
it's
and
nuts.
eating. And they get almost
Jesus.
1,000 people show up for that.
Really?
For the keg.
Yeah,
for
well, the
kegs and
big
eggs.
one up in Sarasota, like the alumni, that gets.
That is
that Captain Kirk?
that's Captain Kurt's Oyster
Oh
Bar.
my
So
God,
that's the largest
crazy.
Ohio State alumni club outside of Ohio in the entire
Yeah,
country.
it's nuts.
Really?
Is in
I will
Ohio.
say the
It's in
one
Sarasota.
though that's over here in Port Charlotte at the
Yeah.
this area.
Yeah.
That's actually gotten really big
Yeah,
as
but-
well.
But yeah, 1,000 Buckeye
No
fans.
shit.
Just yeah, it's a madhouse. So
I know my niece and her husband went to West Virginia, and they actually had a group that would get together
Yeah.
and watch games.
yeah,
And I'm like, you're in fucking South Carolina.
Yeah,
Mountaineers.
I know.
Mountaineers.
It's weird. I didn't realize how many Buckeyes there were. One time we were just like at this place called Detweiler's. It's like a local source type of like grocery store. I don't even know how you would
It's like a farmer's market grocery store.
and they own it's all family run. Like he just expanded. I think they opened up their sixth
Yeah.
one. I don't know. It's a super nice place, but we're walking and all of a sudden people are like, "OH," because
Yeah.
Kevin's always wearing his hat, and I'm like, "Where are all these? They're everywhere."
Yeah. Did he push in the cart, and all of a sudden I scream, "Oh!"
Yeah.
So and it's all the time,
It's
everywhere,
all the time.
everywhere we go. So
That's fucking
Crazy.
funny. Well, that's our sports conversation. Outside the fact that
We have to talk about Kevin going
I
to the
did want to
Flyers
ask
game.
Kevin about
Mhm.
the Flyers game. I really don't want to ask about the Flyers game.
Well,
I'm
I
a little
do. I'm
irritated
really-
by it. I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
quite irritated as well, being that I just
that reminds me, I have a question for you, Kerr, that Craig was not able to answer it to where an acceptable. I didn't understand. So
What the
occasionally
temperature of the roast beef that they were cutting, what should have it been?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think 30
No, I'll be
degrees.
honest.
Go
I
ahead.
was cold as fuck too. I didn't bring a hoodie or nothing. I forgot how cold it
Good.
was
I'm
inside
glad
there.
you're cold.
Well, they only have 2 seats, right? JC Newman.
No, I think 4 sick.
Oh, it's
yeah,
4?
Yeah, I think 4.
So I could have gone.
No, the one guy we met up at the haunted house, the older guy that works there.
Yeah.
He was there with his wife.
Oh, nice.
They had the other
nice.
2 seats. But every now and then the game stops, and then like there's like these big circles like in the 4 corners, and like the ref drops the puck, and the guys
Yeah.
they like
Mhm.
do that. Like what I couldn't understand what causes that to happen. Like what stops the game and where you drop
It
the puck.
depends. If you're in their zone, like the offensive zone, and there's a stoppage of play, could be a puck in the crowd. It could be icing.
Yeah.
It could be a number of things.
What's icing?
Icing is when the puck crosses over the center line and the blue line, and also the line that is where the goaltender.
Yeah.
The goaltender line. It's icing.
Oh, okay.
Before a player.
Before a player touches it.
Yeah.
Offsides, John.
Offsides,
Yeah, and
yeah.
any type of stoppage of play, they'll drop a puck in one of those corners.
I feel like you could never watch one of those games in with the regular.
So if it's in like
common
the
folk.
upper left corner where it was stopped, the game, that's where they're going to drop the
Goalie
puck.
save.
Oh.
If it's
Yeah.
in that, think of it as a quadrant.
John,
Like
Yeah.
Remmer's going to
So
give
think
us
of it as a
every
quadrant.
single
Yeah.
reason why the
a goalie
Yeah.
save.
Keep going.
So Okay. So yeah, so I didn't understand
Thanks,
what the stoppage, because I I'm like it was like they were like playing and then like they stopped. I'm like
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened. Like
I
it could
haven't been
be
to
anything.
I haven't been to a hockey game in like probably 10 years. I used to go all the time when I lived in Bradenton. I worked for a company and we'd get tickets all the
Yeah.
time, and I used to go a lot. And it's fun. It's fun when you go a lot, like, and you're there live. Like, it's just, I enjoyed it. But Kevin, I don't think could ever.
I
ever
enjoyed it
sit
more when I
with
went to the
regular people.
when I went to the bathroom and they had it on the big screen and then the announcer was saying like what was happening. Like I kind of
Oh,
like
you can't hear that?
no, so we're
got-
just watching the or just listening to the
So
sticks
Kevin
slap against each
likes it
other.
better going to the game in the JC Newman Cigar Lounge,
Yeah.
getting food and drink, and
Yeah.
the live hockey games here,
Mhm.
and he'd rather go and watch it on TV.
He'd rather go to the bathroom and just
Funny.
hang out in the stall.
I
Listening
know.
to it.
I used to have fun when I used to go. So
I love it.
And I can imagine it's the same thing, like, if someone went to a football game and they didn't know the rules and what was going on, then and then you're just watching it. You're like, wait.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
When I went to Tallahassee
like what? Yeah.
and saw this, like, the college football there, I was like, I don't understand what's going on
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
But it was so much. Everybody was having a party in the stands, so it made it fun. But I was
Yeah.
like, do not know what's happening here.
And hockey is one of those sports where it's, not everyone know the rules.
Game.
and
It's not a sport. It's a
sport.
game. Yeah. No.
How many fat hockey? How many fat hockey players did you see?
Yeah.
0.0.
They can only
Um,
skate for like 2 minutes before they gotta get they sub in someone else.
Yeah,
play more than
because
2
they're
minutes?
skating the most ridiculous speed, stopping and everything else for 2 minutes. They're spent.
Yeah.
If
I can- I can play
you
since
throw
they
on a
can
hockey
walk.
skates and do what they do for 4 minutes, you'd freaking keel over.
They did say the person that skated the most last night was 11,000 feet is
Oh.
what he skated.
Yeah.
So about
I don't know what that means.
about 2 miles.
Oh.
And it's like full speed. There is no like freaking taking a break and shit. But
They appear to
we-
be lollygaggling, but yeah.
well, it's sometimes you can glide. We were
Yeah.
talking about this, and I said,
Kinda
when you made the comment about that hockey players aren't athletes,
Yeah.
and I was like, I was telling Jennifer, I'm like, it depends on how you would define an athlete. I mean, you see a lot of folks who are a triple athlete or a 3-sport athlete, great baseball player, great basketball player, can play football. You never hear about the hockey players being like, man, you know what he does on his off time? He's a great basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but how
the
can
guy-
you really don't think hockey is a sport?
It
How do you say that?
doesn't look like there's a lot of skill. They're just
They've been training since they were like 18 months old.
Yeah, I
they're
know.
born in
That-
state.
Yeah, that's why any sport or any game a toddler
Ooh.
can play, it's not a real sport.
I hope
if you
to
learn
God
to
there's
if you
there's like a
you
professional
learn to
hockey
walk
player
through
watching
your-
this. Oh my
I
God,
would like
please
to
chime
see
in.
Kevin get on ice skates.
yeah, I've been on ice
I would like
skates.
to see
I
Kevin
can ice
go
skate.
up against the hockey
Time you
player.
went ice skating,
It's been a long time.
Kevin,
On
when's
skates.
the last time you've
On
been ice
skates.
skating?
Yeah, it's been a
And
long
trying
time.
to pull the jersey over.
Yeah,
But,
everything about hockey is
I love
pretty
it.
tough. Even the fighting, like fighting on skates.
Yeah.
It's brutal. You got to figure those guys are flying. Think about the advancements of like other sports equipment, and then you look at a hockey player, and you're like,
Nah.
still the same pads. You can't
So
improve
then-
on that helmet.
yeah.
So let me ask you then, what else do you not consider a sport?
Bowling.
Well,
Okay, what else?
that's an activity.
It's a pastime.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell people
Yeah,
who
but-
do
but-
it professionally
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
there has got to be some skill to everything, right? Like, same thing
What
with
about
tennis.
billiards?
I
Is
find
billiards
tennis
a
Yeah.
to
sport?
be extremely boring.
No, billiard is not a sport
and
either.
I look at that and I think, Yeah, it's tennis.
But if it's in
how
the
much-
Olympics, it has to be a sport.
No, it doesn't, because they got fucking curling. I could drink and do
That's
curling.
Yeah, they
Sport.
have badminton.
do they have pickleball?
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm sure that's coming now.
There's
Yeah.
a difference between being a sport athletic or having skills. Like you said, a good bowler, skill, billiards, skill.
right.
But
Is it
if you're
technically
smoking a
sport?
cigarette and drinking
Yeah.
a beer while you're doing your activity,
Yeah.
it's not athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think if people are willing to watch it and they're getting paid and they can do it professionally, then yes, then it technically becomes a sport.
Well, then this is a sport.
Yeah.
No, but you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
Like,
Professional athlete.
If it's being filmed and shown on TV, and they're it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a professional
Like-
activity.
Yeah.
Professional activity.
There we
is that
go.
what we're
Hockey
calling
is a
it?
professional activity.
No, hockey,
You know.
that's a
Yeah.
professional sport.
But I'm just
Yeah.
And it's
saying,
like, do you
there's-
consider NASCAR a sport?
I don't.
No, it's a no.
But
it's a,
other people
racing.
do.
Yeah.
Racing is a sport to people.
You
No.
mean
It
you mean
falls
driving
under
that
the-
vehicle at that speed and need to be in that kind of shape?
I'm sure it's a
take
sport.
athletics skills.
You have to be in
I don't-
shape.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I guess
I think I'd
probably-
consider it a sport where it's just you. There's nothing around you, and it's you against other people, like
Like
on a
these
field of
morons.
combat.
Somebody called you a
A
moron.
moron.
Yes.
I agree with what's his name?
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
JJ Jambalaya.
6090. Thank you,
Yeah.
JJ.
Well, so
So-
here's the thing. There has to be categories in sports, right? So like what everyone would think of professional sports is like baseball, basketball, football. Like those are your key ones that most people sit there and think. But like swimming, is swimming like an activity or is that a sport? I don't know. It's only in the Olympics, right? That people really do like.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
so confused
yeah.
now. Like now I don't know what's
Yeah,
considered
what a sport is.
and what's not. But then you like the race car and stuff. Yeah, it all takes skills. Same thing with other things
I guess
I
something
don't
could be
know.
a sport
on a different
And-
level,
Duck
different levels of
hunting.
sports.
and
Is
not
duck hunting a sport, Kevin?
and it doesn't take athletic skills, if you would call like I don't know.
Hunting.
Well, it's a sporting event.
No,
So
it's the same with
therefore it's a
it's like
sport.
something like fishing. Is fishing a sport?
They call that they do
They-
consider
they-
that
you
a
know.
sport,
Oh,
and people
yeah.
get paid good
Oh.
money for that
Yeah.
Play
as
pigeon.
well. They're-
That's a sport.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Clay
So-
pigeon.
I'm back with Kerr. If you can drink a beer and smoke smoke a cigarette while you're doing that activity,
First off, have you ever seen
got a
those
pretty
people
strict
who
rule.
go and do like the huge fishing competitions? They're
Yeah.
not drinking and smoking cigarettes, Kevin. Like that's not what they're doing, and they have huge
No, because they
sponsors.
can. But if
They
they
have
could, they
huge
would.
sponsors.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That's
Well,
like
they have
not
to
a fair
keep both
thing to
hands
say.
on the reel.
Yeah, I mean, that's
how are
not
they
like
gonna
a-
smoke a cigarette?
There are people
For-
who take
what,
their
for bass fishing, keep both hands.
Yeah,
Would you-
like,
You have like a
game.
fucking rule book of bass fishing by your side?
like
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
fishing.
I feel bad for the people who do tarpon fishing, all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it is a sport. I'd like to see you do that. I'm not gonna say people aren't doing a sport when I know I cannot do that fucking shit
Yeah.
myself. So how dare you
Yeah.
sit there and tell
Hold
these
on.
people
Hold on, wait.
that I can give to that's not a sport. I
Yeah,
can't
Yeah, I
do
can do that.
shit.
Yeah.
Fly
Yeah.
fishing.
I can't
I
fucking
can
do that.
hire a
You can
guy
do
that
fly
takes me out on a boat
Okay.
and I can go tarpon fishing.
All these guys,
Yeah.
it's a crew. Like
Yeah.
I know a bunch of guys that do this professionally and they make good money
Yeah.
doing it. My dad
Your
also
elbow.
and his brothers used to do it. So I
That's
also want to
hefty
tell you to
elbow.
go fuck yourself for saying dumb shit.
I'm saying it's not a sport. It's an activity.
Okay.
It's a sporting
I don't
event or a
consider-
sporting activity.
Yeah, a sporting activity, but it's
What,
not a
what
sport.
is the
I would Google it.
definition? What is
Say
the
it was a
definition
sport
of
event.
sport?
That's what I'm looking up now. It's a
Yeah,
matter.
what
If
is
you
the
look at the
definition of
definition of
sport?
We
sport,
need other people to
That could
chime
make
in
this-
here. I
make
know
this
other
a
people
moot
have
point,
opinions
but-
about this.
So my opinion of sport,
agree.
is actually it would going against what I'd say about hockey. My opinion of the sport is when you have the chance of getting injured by another person on the opposing team. So
Well, I have the
technically
Oxford
hockey.
definition in
Yeah.
front of me.
Yeah.
Sport, A, it's a noun, an activity involving physical exertion, and that's underlined, and skill in which an individual or team competes, and that's underlined, against another or others for entertainment.
Yep. So all that stuff is a sport.
See, for me, I guess
What is this?
it's gotta be a team.
No, it didn't.
From
Well,
the
there are. They
Yeah.
all are teams.
There
So-
has to be offense
I think
and
there's a-
defense.
I think there's a
but you're
real
still playing
big
against.
Yeah.
liberal interpretation of physical. What was it?
Exertion.
Exertion.
So
Yeah.
you honestly believe people who are going out there and do all the fishing competitions that's not physical exertion? You don't think that that's a tough thing for them
Not
to
unless they're
do?
rowing their own ass out there. Then like it would fall under rowing.
And then
Oh my god!
and then-
I want so
and then-
bad
and then- and then-
doing crew.
to take you
Big
guys
crew.
and just make you suffer.
and then maybe like after an hour they got to physically be active, to reel the fish in, but then it's
Yeah.
over, then it's back to
Okay. Cool.
I used to fish.
Good.
I used to fish.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
I'm an
Yeah,
amateur
with
fisherman.
a regular fishing pole, with a fucking little line, you have a little fucking bait, and you're out in a canal. This isn't like that.
I've been out in the boat. I've been out in.
Do you get seasick? I'm
I
surprised you
do.
get out on a boat.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You got seasick
No.
on the Pirates of Caribbean ride.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Like I
I
said,
think
yeah.
there are certain even like what is bowling, golf. Or not like golf, golf's different, but
Why is
billiards.
that?
Oh, golf's not a sport. There's no
But stuff-
there's no main
stuff-
competition there.
but stuff
You're not
like
on
that.
a team. There's no offense and defense in golf. Kevin, is golf a sport?
Yeah, first of all, the microphone's right there.
I'm talking to
Golf-
you, though.
Yeah,
And they can hear me. I'm pretty sure I'm talking loud enough that they can hear
So-
me.
Golf's
You
sport.
talked all that shit about,
golf is a sport because
Well,
it takes
hockey-
skill.
but he says hockey is not a sport.
It's just Kevin doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
That's
Kevin
good.
rejects things he doesn't understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's why he doesn't.
It's not in his wheelhouse.
He doesn't believe in. I think it's the cold. If hockey was played in a warmer environment,
I don't
I
think,
think he probably
so.
would like it.
Kevin's not an athletic person. You were never an athletic kid. You were a book kid.
yeah.
So there's that as well. He just didn't play
I
sports.
think there are some things that are sporting but not athletic.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you get paid for it, if you're considered a professional
Gamer.
gamer, I mean, or whatever you
AE
are,
Sports right there.
but
Video
I mean, but there are, like you said,
Like
there's
Derek.
professional fishermen, fisherwomen. Don't want to leave anybody out.
Okay.
But professional bowlers and whatever. But if they're getting paid for that and people watch it, fucking hallelujah.
Yeah.
See, that would be a career, like a fisherman, because, like I said, what's
well,
the
what
difference?
do you think professional sports is?
Yeah.
It's a career.
Yeah, it's just more like a job. No, it's a job. It's not okay. So there they go. If you're a professional fisherman, it's your job. It's not a sport. But football can be your job and a sport.
Yeah, but you can't go into LinkedIn and look
Lord,
under
this is the
how many
stupidest
fisherman
conversation.
jobs are available out there.
Yeah. See now, Derek Dukes, wrestling. Now that's a sport. That's a sport. It's two men, mano a mano, and going
Even though it's
after each other.
scripted professional wrestling.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to be athletic.
yeah. You
You have to be very athletic.
You don't think the
I don't-
NFL
I
writes
think
the
it's
Chiefs the
sports,
script?
it's sports
Yeah.
entertainment. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
Well, that's what Jen read in
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
the definition. It said to entertain, and that's basically means anything could be a sport then.
yeah, because it's called
Yeah.
sports entertainment.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Next subject.
I told you I could talk about sports for 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah. That's it.
well, it's only because Kevin and the fact that he says hockey's not a sport is odd to
What's
me.
going on, Doug?
It's
Yeah.
just odd.
I think
'Cause I
Kevin
don't
just
understand
rejects
it.
what he doesn't understand.
Yeah, maybe if I was down there, like on the ice
I
with
find
the
it weird
guys.
too because your good friend Megan's husband and son they do the hockey. They're Canadian, they're
Yeah.
really into it.
Like- well, like I said-
I'd like you to tell her that is
Like,
not
like,
a
like,
sport.
like I said, they got Brendan playing hockey as when he could walk.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
You can't play NFL football. Can't play football when you can walk. Can't play basketball, baseball, golf when you can be a toddler, but you can play hockey.
So let me ask you though about like snowboarding and
Starting on it.
skiing.
Yeah, they're not taking like
Those are
toddlers
activities.
and freaking having them play in the NHL.
But
It's like any other sport. You got to
But they
progress.
put baby like 1-year-olds on snowboards and skis and stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
not an uncommon thing to put them in skate.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't know. I just feel like that's not an uncommon thing
Yeah.
to teach them at a young age how to skate or ski
Yeah.
or any of those
Yeah.
things, especially when you live in that environment. You know.
Yeah, it's what's he got to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they cleaned off the pond. It's frozen. Your baby's 18 months. He just took his first steps. Throw some skates on his legs.
That's it.
I love Derek.
Yeah, I know. What's going on, Robert?
Oh, that's awesome.
So, what
So
else has
yeah,
been going on, Jessica?
I don't
I'm
know,
sorry,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Did you need to speak?
No, I was gonna say it's like the game. The game was good. It was. I did enjoy all the activities. It was it's like skate for a cure or whatnot, the cancer, and that was super cool. And yeah, it was a good event.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Good.
concert. It was a good event.
And with that last zinger,
Yes.
Jessica, what else been going on with you?
I feel like I'm just constantly doing stuff for everybody but myself. I been helping Kevin's daughter, watching her son, which I love. He's adorable. He's such a sweet baby. Gabby and Wyatt are doing all kinds of work stuff, and they're about to start another part of a program where Wyatt and will start getting paid to do some work.
Yeah,
So, but the difference is I have to actually take him and pick him up though. So I'm trying to figure that out into my schedule. And plus I'm working and I have to take care of everything else. So I'm just trying to figure out how to be 20 people right now. Seems a little impossible. But other than that, things are good.
It doesn't help when I call her.
Oh, it doesn't help that I'm also doing the 3D printing throughout the day. Also, I take a 3-month-old baby, pack him up in my car and bring him back over here so I can swap out 3D prints all day.
So
Yeah.
you're the
Yep.
you're
I've been
the
doing
overseer
3D
of
prints
the
forever.
Kevin's 3D farmer.
Well, I've been
Yeah.
doing that since we got the 3D
Yeah.
prints, but now it's just been so much. And I don't mind doing it, but I do mind when he also texts me. He's like, "Hey, there's a package at the front door." I'm like, "It's 7:00 at night. I'm not even home yet."
Yeah.
You're sitting at a hockey game and you get an alert that there's a package, and you got to text me
Technology
that?
is awesome.
I
Yeah.
do not give a shit. That package
Yeah.
could get stolen and I would not give a rat's ass. Do not text me that dumb shit anymore. But yet he will text me as I'm driving to leave to go watch Bobby.
It's like my
He'll go,
grandparents.
"Hey," he's like, "I don't know if you've left yet. You have all you get an alert when someone comes and goes from the ring camp, but you don't get the alert that I left, but you wait 2 minutes while I'm down the road and said, 'Hey, can you swap out that print?' You didn't see that on the ring cam that you're addicted to tell me when there's a package? Get out of here."
So
I want to mute him for life. I want to block him.
earlier, I called her earlier because I needed her to not restart one of the
Couldn't
printers.
get a hold of me.
So I couldn't get a hold of her. So I called Gabby, and that was it. Every time I call this girl, she is 20 years old.
She just turned 20.
She
yes.
just
But
turned 20.
She also has autism, just for
I know.
anyone out there
You know,
listening to Kevin being a dick.
But not, I mean, she lives on her phone, as all teenagers do, young adults
Yeah.
do. Lives on her phone. So I call her, and she picks up, and she's like, "Hello?" It's like she saw this device sitting on her desk, and it started.
You know
like,
what?
It
I
started.
wonder if it's because you don't speak to her. So
Yeah,
she was
so-
probably like, "This is
Who is
odd."
it?
Yeah, so
Who is
it
this
starts
person?
lighting up and making noises, and it's like, I don't know what that is.
No, it
So
was
she
more
hits
like,
a
why
button,
is
and
Kevin
then someone started speaking, and what is this device that I am on for the first time in my life?
So he can't get a hold of me.
Yeah.
He gets a hold of her. She comes, and I had a headache, so I was
She
laying down
was
sleeping.
napping.
And I don't ever sleep anymore. Like I have the worst sleep schedule right now. Wakes me up to say, Kevin, wants to talk to you. Yeah.
Because I can tell
If
you,
anyone woke
I can
me
tell
up
you what-
from a nap to say
I
Kerr wants to
was
talk
so
to you,
mad.
there better
Yes.
be a fatality happening. He better be arrested.
No, it
or
was,
something.
hey Jess, don't start that print. Guess what? No problem. I'm sleeping. There was no chance of me restarting this print. Or that could have been in a text message. Jess, don't restart that print. You didn't need to speak to me. Yeah, this has been my last like month or so, has just been a revolving
fun.
door of shit for everyone but myself. So when I disappear, they're gonna feel it. They're all gonna feel it.
No,
We're all
we'll
gonna
just wait
know.
till you get back. It'll pile up.
No.
Everything will
Yeah.
pile
I'll
up.
just get on a
I'll
plane,
be
go
patient.
do some fun shit for myself.
At least Kevin will be alerted with his ring
The ring
app
cam
that
Maybe.
when you're leaving.
I'll be-
Apparently not.
I'll be able to tell
Just
the
come
police
leaving
when
today.
She left. Yeah.
Oh, she's got a
She
packed bag.
left,
Okay.
she
So
left on her own fruition.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
what you're gonna. That's
Yeah.
what you're gonna use.
Yeah, they'll be like, I don't know why she left.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave you with everybody
Yeah.
and the dogs.
Yeah.
It'll be real fun.
you just cite this this show when they start asking questions. The police come
Yeah.
by. Listen,
Yeah.
man, you should fucking watch his show. You can
That's
really-
it. Yeah. Tell you all you need to know.
Honestly, he was exhausted from yesterday. I've been exhausted. And Kevin's like, "Oh, we have the show tonight." He goes, "Today Tuesday?" I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, I didn't even realize it was Tuesday already. It's like, Jesus. I'm
It
I'm
did
just
go
ready
fast.
for the new year. It did. It's just this November's gone almost. So bizarre.
I can't
Unbelievable.
believe it.
What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
We're just going to Kerry's sister's house for Thanksgiving. Low key. Just
Yeah, we were gonna go up north, but we were having some car issues.
Yeah,
Some other
Broncos.
things.
Yeah.
Bronco's in the shop, so we're
Oh,
we're
what's up with
sticking
the
local.
Bronco?
Kevin.
Transmission.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
which we didn't hear from him today. Go figure. Freaking do
Kevin's
not
having
like our
some
service
issues with his
advisor.
brand new vehicle as well.
Thank God, we have 92,000 miles, so at least we're
Mm.
under the 100,000. And I go like on dot for our maintenance checkups and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there'll still be dicks.
It's my
about it.
extended warranty that I bought, and that it's that moment where you take the car to the shop, and they're like, this extended warranty is terrible. I'm like, I fucking bought it from you guys.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
you're like, it's your warranty that you offer.
yeah. So I'm like, what the
Yeah.
shit? The service manager's a jackass. He's a
Yeah.
cocky little shit.
Do not like
Got
you.
a freaking chip on his shoulder.
If you're listening, I do not like you.
I'm sure he's not, but I will be more than happy to send him the link
Yeah.
when I send him the warranty information.
Yeah.
But Kev, you work with these guys. It's, their service manager. I'm sure they get their balls busted all day, but
Oh yeah.
it doesn't give you a right to be an asshole. And I called him, and he just had a fucking attitude from the moment he said
But you have
hello.
to tell them it was exactly a year ago that when the light came on in the truck last week
with the rear end issues.
with the rear end issue, exactly a year to the date that we had to bring it in and deal with this douche of a service advisor.
You
So
guys
when
got
he-
that brand new, right? Like it was brand
it
new.
was a 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't have honestly, knock on wood, we haven't had the issues that like a lot of other Bronco owners have had. So we've been lucky with that aspect of it. But still.
So what was I supposed to say?
So when I'm getting that. So when I brought it in, I dropped it off, said, here, you're gonna need to do whatever. And then the guy, it was the same service guy from last year. As soon as he pulled up my file, he's like, "Oh, I remember this vehicle." I'm thinking, yeah, you did, because you fucked us around last year too. We didn't have a Bronco for almost a month.
Yeah, because it was up here in Greenville. We actually bought it down in Anderson, which is where Daryl lives,
Way
40
nicer
minutes
people.
away. But we get it serviced here in Greenville. And
Yeah.
the guy was like, "Oh, we don't take this extended warranty." I'm like, "Yeah, you
But
fucking
it's
do."
the same dealership.
It's
It's,
four.
it's a Ford dealership.
Yeah,
right.
But
it's just being a douche.
and he was just being a jackass. So when I called him, I'm like, "Hey, Tyler, remember me?" You talked to my wife and said that something wrong with transmission. It's not going to be covered under warranty. I never said that. I was like, oh boy. Here I got some slow Southern twang. Little guy's got a chip on his shoulder. And I was like, well, then why don't you tell me what you did say? And he's like, I told him it's the same warranty issue. Remember gave us a hard time. I was like, I remember you giving me a hard time. I remember taking it down to Anderson and it getting fucking covered. So
yes, the moment you say warranty, they don't want to do anything. When I first got my Denali, remember I had the warranty and there was something wrong with my steering wheel and all this stuff, and they were just constantly giving us a hard time about fixing anything.
And we've only had it. We put a throttle body on it. The steering wheel, the stitching
that
was coming off on the back side of where I put my hands, and it bothered me a little bit. So and they're like, well, it's not covered. I go, I have a bumper to bumper, and that is between the two bumpers. And they're like, no, it's steering wheel with the airbag and everything. It's all leather Denali. It's like a $900 steering wheel. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm not going to pay for it myself. And I had to go all the way up to GM or a GMC.
I like how you say you, me.
No, I talked to GMC about that.
Okay.
And then and I said, yeah, isn't that between the two bumpers and covered? And she's like, yes, it is. She goes, all right. She gave me like a 6-digit number. She's like, you just give this number to the service department and they'll take care. So I called the server. I'm like, hey, there's this number. And they're like, okay. They rolled over real fucking quick when they found out GM got involved in it.
They get really loosey-goosey under the wear and tear.
Yeah.
Because listen, you've obviously know all this shit. It's your career, much like the bass fisherman career job. But back, when I was working at Enterprise Rental Cars, we sold their cars. We went through GMAC financing and warranty training and all that shit. So when you talk about wear and tear items, it's not like I'm rolling in there going, hey, listen, I got an extended warranty and I'd like to have my windshield wipers blades replaced.
Right.
And I'd like to have my brake pads replaced, But when they're going, oh, yeah, these bolts here aren't covered. Why not? Well, it's wear and tear. What do you mean? Well, we're going to remove them and we got to get new ones, put it back on.
Yeah, but your transmission is a different
pretty much is
story.
How that shit works, bro. Well, they have to be all new. I'm like, so? Well, that's like $800. I go, $800 worth of fucking bolts?
Yeah, bolts are expensive, man.
But it's
a racket. You get your vehicle from these places. They have you buy these warranties, and then they basically say, "Oh, your warranty doesn't. This is not what this means."
So
that's why all mine I buy them certified pre-owned from GM. Usually, with only like 12 to 15,000 miles on there. So instead of the 5-year 60, I get a 10-year 100,000 from GM. And it's not an extended warranty.
Right, you're getting it right from GM.
After 60,000, it's only drivetrain, engine, and transmission.
Yeah.
But anything else I can fucking fix. I don't need. They always try and sell me the extended warranty. Like, well, what if this goes wrong? Yeah. Like, I'll just fix it myself. That's what I do for a living.
You got this vehicle like 7-8 months ago?
Yeah.
So now a light came on, so he's got to take it in.
And I'm like,
already?
You got it after New Orleans.
Yeah, right after New Orleans. So,
yeah.
So
which was that vehicle, and I feel like it's so bizarre because you've always had really good luck with vehicles, and also because you do kind of switch them out quite often.
Yeah,
a lot sooner than I do. I still have mine, and mine's paid off, and it's still trucking, but. We can't ever drive it super long distance.
Yeah. You can't go more than 100 miles. I do not trust.
I don't know. First off, I think mine would have made it to New Orleans.
Probably, but yeah.
Just saying.
So unfortunately, we couldn't go up north. So we're just gonna kind of chill out. I'm off tomorrow and Friday, so I have a 5-day.
Yeah.
As people say these days, staycation, which annoys the shit out of me. They said that at work all the time. It's like the worst term ever made.
I know. Staycation.
Staycation.
Like
freaking stupid.
Yeah, there's
I'm just going to be home. There's no vacation.
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff here.
A staycation is technically supposed to be where you stay in your area, but you do go like to a hotel
Yeah.
or to like some. You
No,
don't actually.
they say it here when you're
Yeah,
actually home.
when you're home.
Yeah.
When you're just staying
Yeah.
home.
Yeah,
When you're just
no,
staying
that's not-
home.
That's not what
So-
that
so is
term is for.
So is every Saturday and Sunday a staycation? You
I
know,
guess it
so,
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
in
took
South
off
Carolina,
Friday.
it
I
is.
have an extended staycation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's very.
Yeah, I
bizarre.
only get Thursday off, so yeah, so that's all I get off.
Yeah.
And then
That's
I gotta
bizarre.
work.
What are you guys doing?
Honey baked ham.
Yeah, we ordered everything from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
We went and we chose what we wanted. I go and pick it up tomorrow at noon, and then we just heat everything up and we hit the easy button.
That's it.
I said
Nice.
I do not. I don't want to do anything with your family or my family. I just want to stay home and eat good food and not have deal with anyone's BS.
Yeah.
I wish I was at your house.
I
would go in a
cannot do
heartbeat.
it.
If I had a vehicle that I could trust to drive there, I'd be
Yeah.
there. We have Joe has the ultimate down in Florida. He's staying in
Yeah.
Florida this week.
Oh, he's not coming home? Oh.
Is he
No.
going to his girlfriend's place?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is this their first holiday?
This is his first Thanksgiving away from us, me.
Right. Is it hard for you?
So you're doing this big event for him to send him to Zimbabwe?
Tanzania. Joseph,
Tanzania?
if you're listening, listen to Kevin. Yes.
Yeah.
So Abby was with us last Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
So no.
Wait, so what is that?
that-
What
So,
is-
so Joe is staying down there.
what does that have anything to do with him saying
All that I'm doing for him, all we
He needs-
do
he needs-
for
he needs
him,
to come
he should be-
home.
He should be home with his
Is he coming home for
family.
Christmas?
Yeah, yeah. If
He-
he ain't coming home for
better
Christmas,
be.
he ain't coming back home.
Oh,
So-
well,
I don't know.
Christmas Eve is right now we're not quite sure. This was thrown on me the
Yeah.
other Joe.
It's on the negotiating table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm sorry though, but you have Joe being the boy. That girl's family has got him now. You know
Oh,
that, right?
But he's there
Oh, son of a bitch.
every weekend, Jess. Every Sunday.
I know.
And I do love
I
the
know.
Hagans. The Hagans, if you're watching this,
Yeah, no,
they're awesome.
right.
but they have plenty of time with Joe.
Yeah, if they were awesome,
We
they
are
tell
just-
him to go home for Thanksgiving.
We are
That's
also
because
we are
I
just
not had
thrown
Graham
away.
for so
Hope
many
they don't watch
Thanksgivings. It's hard.
Yeah.
It was hard for me for like the first 2 or 3 years. It's still hard. Like I sit here and think about how many holidays I haven't gotten to spend with Graham, but it's
Oh, I
also
know.
like
the first is
oh,
usually the worst. Like even
it
with
is.
college and like
It
his first
is.
birthday, missed his, but
yeah.
and then I thought we were going up north, so at least we would be away.
Right.
We're supposed to
No.
meet up with Lars. I still have to text him that we're not going to be at CI on Saturday. We're supposed to meet him at CI on Saturday with Barbie.
Joe, if you're watching, you better make it up to your mom.
Yeah, by coming home for Thanksgiving.
Dude, y'all just need to move right along. What's that subject?
Anyway, so we have Joe has the Ultimate down there. So we have my mom's Highlander, which is a 97, but it has 38,000 miles on it. So I've been driving that around, which I've been using that more to help save the mileage on the Bronco. But
Yeah.
Joe has my car.
yeah.
You know, the car that when we got it, and they're like, well, hey, Joe can just use it from time to time. I said, okay, just as long as he realizes he's not going to use it full time. It's not his car.
And my mom gifted the Highlander to
5 minutes later,
Yeah.
guess who's like, I think really Joe needs it down at school and it's already got the sticker on it.
No, it
Oh,
wasn't because of
wait.
the sticker.
So Joe, you
He's got
got
the parking
Kara's
sticker on
car,
it.
you got Kara's car, and your mom's giving you a trip to the Congo, and you're not coming
Will you
home.
stop saying
Hey,
that?
Thanksgiving.
Grandmother gifted him a Highlander that only
Yeah.
had 38,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
97. It still has a cigarette lighter, a cassette player,
Oh,
and an
that's
action.
yeah,
Does he even drive it anywhere?
yeah.
The Highlander? No,
Yeah,
when
like-
he comes home, he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, can I drive the Bronco?"
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know who likes the Highlander?
Yeah.
Wyatt
Eric.
likes the
Why
Highlander.
likes the Highlander? And
And
Killian.
Killian.
Killian
Oh.
says it smells great.
Smells
it
like a-
smells like mothballs. So now we call it Mothra.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's funny.
Yeah, dude.
Killian and
So,
Wyatt love the Highlander.
yeah, my car, the Ultima. When he took it down there the first time, Jen's like, "Well, you know,
I
it
was
saved
more
us
with
time
safety.
to go get him. and he already has the parking sticker on it. I was like,
well, there you go. It's already
They
got
would
the
have
sticker
charged
on
him
it.
send in
for
my
all-
underwear
they would've-
too.
They would have charged
Carrie,
him.
is
for
Wyatt
another
driving?
sticker.
No,
Not
not yet. But
No.
he's already said he wants Mothra.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, Kerr gets screwed again.
They got
Yeah.
I got 2 bikes with flat
Yeah.
tires. That's what the fuck I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
for transportation.
We need to get him a golf cart
You got
because he
nothing.
can
Yeah.
drive one around here.
No.
You
We
need,
can-
you need an
oh.
e-bike.
Because you can just go down the Leaf and Bean and go to Bourbon Barn. So
Yeah.
FH2, which we hated or I hated, is now Noble Leaf down the street. It's fantastic. When you guys come up, we're definitely going there. Adam, who is the owner of it, redid the inside. It's beautiful. Opened it
Oh,
up. It's so inviting. The outside's great. The bar setup, they have French presses, great selection.
Good
in their
humidors.
And then right up the street is Bourbon Barn that has a fantastic humidor.
Wow.
So they just need a smoking area outside. Instead, they have an old food truck area that homeless people
That
hang
homeless
out in.
people hang out. Yeah.
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 Fun.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Pretty fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we don't want to have smoking, but I'm pulling out, and there's like
Yeah.
a dumpster with like
Yeah.
empty gallons of jugs with piss in it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
I mean,
know?
that's what I used to thought was so crazy when I worked at Corona. So in downtown Sarasota, it literally Corona is right across from the hub of the bus station there, riddled with homeless people. They're on the sidewalk behind the building where we could park. There would be, human waste everywhere. People sleeping there, garbage. Some of the girls that were bartending would have to call like the guys to come and walk them into the
That's
to the place
horrible.
because there'd be people out there, doing things behind a bush and like it was insane. And they don't want cigar smoking. Like the people in the community be like, oh, there's
Yeah.
cigar smoking.
Yeah.
But you're
But yeah,
okay
you can shoot
with
up
these
and smoke crack
Yeah.
and do
with
whatever.
these people
Hide behind a
pooping on the
freaking
sidewalk?
bush and
Yeah.
touch
Like,
yourself while taking a
ew.
freaking shit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. It was the most bizarre mindset in my mind. Is like you're okay with the fact that there's so many people who are homeless, like, but that need help as well. Like this is like,
That's
mental
that's
health
my
issues
point.
here, and then yet you're
These-
worrying about us smoking a cigar. It's so bizarre to me.
But we need to throw our like lounge chairs in the back of the truck or car or whatever vehicle we have at the moment. And just go over to Bourbon
Not
Barn
the
and sit, not the Ultima, and sit in the parking lot because you can smoke a cigarette or smoke a cigar in the parking lot. I'll just pop up the trunk and
I would
throw a
go
chair
over
down.
to the area where they have the picnic benches and picnic tables and stuff where they used to have the food, but it's
It's just
riddled
so
with it's so
gross.
gross.
I can't
Yeah.
even imagine
Yeah.
what's on the ground there.
And to your point, Jessica, all you ever hear about is BS about this politician, that politician. But you have a fucking commitment to your community to give these
Yep.
people freaking help and support, and
Mhm.
not the bullshit that they're doing.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, and it's specifically the states have a responsibility when it comes to mental health and what's covered with under their Medicaid and their different programs.
Right.
But you have a lot of these states who've closed down mental facilities because they didn't want to freaking fund it. But for some reason, they still have money for everything else. And that's the real issue.
and
Provide
here's an
them
interesting-
assistance and help.
each-
Just don't throw them
each
out in the
state-
fucking street with
Right.
Suboxone and fresh needles
Right.
and be like, hey, I'm doing my job in
But
the community.
here's the thing: each state is different. Each like county is going to do something a little different, but they're all sort of universal. So you have
They're all
like
the same.
so you also have like your Salvation Armies, but they charge you $5 to $10 to come and do showers and spend the night and stuff. If you're homeless and you're already
That's
struggling,
crazy.
it's a $5 fee so they can get clean. I find
I
that
didn't
very
know that.
bizarre.
That's nuts.
And that might not be everywhere, but I know in downtown Sarasota that Salvation Army charges people to take showers and stay there.
Hmm.
And so then you already have at risk, right? Especially like women who are at risk on the streets. Like they're getting also violated, in other ways. But the mental health, so there is money allotted where these people can be housed and all that stuff. But then you're dealing with someone who clearly, obviously, is maybe in having an episode and is not in a mental state to like accept the help. But how many people even know that these programs exist that are living on the street? How many of these community-based programs are coming out in the community to these people and saying, "Hey, this is what we have to offer you. Come with it." They're not. So where's that money going to?
Yeah,
Because
you know,
it's not
all
much
this
money, and the
Right, but
money
they
is
say
going
they have this-
elsewhere.
yeah, you know,
it's
I was
sketchy.
watching.
Being
I'll-
redirected.
I'll be right back. I got to.
All right, yeah, I was watching an interview with, and it was someone in in Washington, and they were going up to the people. I don't know if you and I talked about this, Kerr, or me and someone else, and to the people that were, you know, homeless and strung out, and like, hey, do you know about these programs? Has anybody approached you about, joining? And they're all like, we don't know anything about that. Yeah, that would be good, like, so like you said, all this money is available, but like, where's it really going? Like, who's getting paid? Because you would think they'd be out on the streets. I don't know. I don't live in an area like that, so, you would think these people would be out on the streets trying to get one-on-one with these people. Maybe that doesn't have, maybe it's too big. Maybe I'm being naive that should,
No,
No,
found
you're not being naive.
I think
No,
it's
I wanna say that
multifaceted
Yeah.
is the problem.
But I
And the
follow
solution
this
requires a
guy
multifaceted approach.
on YouTube who goes, and he's in Seattle, and he's been documenting. This is going on years. This isn't just because of recent events, but the homeless population, the drug use, and the mental health issues that are in Seattle is crazy. And for the people in Seattle, the government there to say, "Oh, everything's great, everything's fine," is bullshit. Like, it's
that governor.
And so, yeah, it's such a lie. And so he documents, and he like talks to all these people on the street. Most of them don't even know that these programs
I was just saying, like,
exist.
I thought it was Kerr. It was you and I were having that
Yeah,
conversation like a week or two ago
And
about
this
that.
guy, literally, he's got no political affiliation. He does not. It's not about that. It's legit. Like, hey, and this is also different counties throughout, like Oregon and stuff, and Washington, and people just don't even realize that where's all this funding? Like, where's all this money going to? If you claim it's for these programs, why are none of these people getting any freaking assistance?
What California spent, what they say, $4 billion, and it got worse? How do you throw $4 billion at the homeless issue, or, and it gets worse?
It's just,
you
bring up that point, Jessica, about Seattle. 20 years ago, I flew out to Seattle, and we went on a cruise, Alaskan cruise, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago, we went to Seattle, and when we were downtown, I was like,
Ugh.
"There's a lot of fucking homeless people."
Yeah.
Oh, it was that bad then.
I was like, man, it's a beautiful day. They must be laying out and getting some sun. I was like, oh no, those are just all fucking homeless people.
Yeah.
It was
like,
horrible.
When I was in high school, Kurt Cobain and like Nirvana, everyone was like, we're going to Portland, we're going to Seattle. Like, that was like the cool thing to do. I literally to this day have a person that I went to school with that like there's some crazy stuff happening. I'm not going to put that business out there, but like Kevin knows. Kevin, do not say.
No,
Kevin,
I was just going to say the term that got coined because of your friend.
It wasn't. It was I don't want to say friend at this point because it's a person that I obviously am no longer friends with, but like I knew them for a very long time, went to school with them, all kinds of stuff, actually like was really close.
I'm kind of jealous. I don't have a term named after me, Trantipa. So
I don't know if anyone out there who's probably can Google it. This friend once was a male, is now a female, transgender, attacked an ICE agent with kitchen knives and tried to set things on fire. And there's things on fire. And
yeah, he's a friend of yours.
Yeah,
it was a person that I knew for a very, very long time.
Okay.
And a couple of us that went to school together have a private chat where we've been watching this since 2023, like escalating to this point where they went and did all this crazy stuff. And they say, oh, it's not drug use, it's not this, it's mental health. Like there's a mental health crisis. and it doesn't necessarily always mean drug use. And I feel bad that a lot of people get looped into, oh, you must be a drug addict if you're homeless. That's not always the case. Also, there are people who are homeless, like families that literally fell on hard times and they don't have other family to go to, right? It's like a husband and wife or a mother and children. And they're doing the best they can, And like, so I just feel like it's sad that the drug use makes people off put to like want to help people who are homeless.
Yeah, they show us what you see a lot of. I mean,
there you go, Kerr.
Statistically speaking, that and mental health are like the big.
Yeah, I mean, they don't show that, what I see on the news, anyways. They don't show the mother and her 3 kids struggling and homeless because they got out of an abusive relationship. What they show is the guy or the gal on the street
that
with a needle hanging out of their arm, and they're homeless. That's what we see, and that's what that is hard for me to get behind and support. Help for that. It's like. But yeah, if they showed more of that.
But I guess not for me, because at Goodwill, that was part of my job, was we hired people of all different, walks of life, coming from different disadvantages and stuff, and, a hand up, not a handout. But I hired a ton of homeless people, and they lived in their cars, or they lived in a shelter or in a tent until they could make money to get an apartment. And it was men and women, and
that's
drug
an effort.
addicts and stuff. But I'm saying, like, I think because I saw it firsthand, that it was different for me.
Yeah, you have a different take on it because you lived it, right? And I haven't.
No, right, and that's what I do feel like. That's that stigma that's out there. It's like, oh, all these people are just looking for a handout because they're on drugs, and I don't necessarily always think that's the case, but it is a hard factor to not take that into consideration. There's a lot of drug use out there.
Well, like I said before, when you look at the statistics and you look at those who are homeless, mental health, drug, if 70% of the people who are homeless fall within that umbrella, the odds of them filming someone.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who have mental health self-medicate.
Right. Well, most definitely. And that's the combination of this, where I think you get a lot of blending of that, because there's a lot of self-medication. Same with alcoholism as well.
Right. True.
But that is, again, a failure of your local communities. It's a failure of your local government, your state government. It's a failure of anybody who is reporting this stuff, because they're not focusing in on really how to reduce and end it. What they're trying to do is just, it's like putting up a no gun zone sign. You think you're doing a great job. You're doing nothing. A lot of these folks will kind of smoke and mirrors, but they're really not doing what needs to be done in order to solve the problem. Yeah. I talked about this before. Pennsylvania closed down all their, their state-run mental facilities, and they put all those people, released them all to the public.
Yep.
Medicaid patients, put all the great expensive drugs on Medicaid, with the plan of removing it off of Medicaid a year later, after they could show that statistically closing down these facilities and reintroducing these individuals into society was successful. Once they had their stat, they were going to freaking remove it. They removed it from the state Medicaid. So now you got a bunch of generic medications. And generic medications, there's a 20% variance, higher or lower. And when you have people who need to have the exact dose of the medication, like lithium, if you have 20% more, you're a zombie. You have 20% less, you're a fucking lunatic.
And I only know that
that's
for
what goes on.
The name brand stuff, just because, like with Wyatt, with his thyroid, he cannot have generic. And it's been proven. I have had to fight Medicaid for him like 1,000 times, because I'm like, he's every time he has generic, he goes in the hospital because whatever it is in that they're cutting it with or whatever, he has an allergic reaction.
It depends on the situation. A lot of it is the fillers, right? Because
it's the fillers. Yeah,
there was a generic company. This is years ago. And I was in Gettysburg, and I was talking to this doctor, and he was talking about how all these people were having allergic reactions to these different medications, and he found that the commonality was that it was all the same generic company using the same fillers for their antibiotics, their antidepressants, their freaking antihypertensives. So if you have a high probability of someone having an allergic reaction to those fillers, you're going to have that. But then you have medications that you have to have a very thin window, a therapeutic window. So you have to have a specific amount in your body for it to be efficacious or for it to work.
Very true. Yeah.
Right. Generics, they don't have to have that exact dose. They could be 20% less or 20% more.
And what good is that going to do for someone who needs to be on those regimented?
And that's the point.
It's
the point. Like if you take an antibiotic, and you're within that window, they claim that that's therapeutically acceptable. Fine, whatever. But if you're on a very and I use lithium for an example because I had a good friend of mine who was a psychiatric nurse who they stopped using generics because she's like, you can tell when it was a 20% less or 20% more with their patients. So there's a lot of medications out there, that thyroid medications. There are some cardiac medications, theophylline and medications, older medication, but you have to really watch the blood serum concentrations because if it reaches over a certain amount, it could be toxic and you can die.
Well, so like in the 80s, like lithium was given to kids who had ADHD. My brother was put on lithium and he almost died. Like it was like such a high dose for a little kid. He was like 5-6 years old on lithium. Like they didn't know what they were giving. Like I swear. So I mean, like medical science has come so far, but it's like
Betty wish you could get that script now.
You gave a 6-year-old lithium because he was hyperactive.
Well, it was either lithium or mercurochrome. Which one do we give them? So
I don't know, but to Kerr's point about closing some of these mental health facilities, I have mixed emotions about them because obviously, Wyatt has Down syndrome. I have a cousin who has Down syndrome, and a lot of institutions, the abuse that has happened, especially with people who had disabilities or, major mental health issues. I'm not saying that all facilities.
That's a regulation problem. That's what I'm saying. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
But I feel like that's why a lot of those places were shut down.
No, they're shut down because of the fucking money.
Well, that and there was a lot of fucked up shit that was happening in some of those facilities.
No doubt.
I know that that's
a great deal of state oversight.
Yeah.
They didn't want to spend the money for it, so that it's easier to close it down and freaking be done with it. Wash their hands of it because
even now
it costs money, and then B, like you said, with this issue that you don't want to address it, that becomes a liability, a legal liability.
Right. But like now, so like when I worked for Easter Seals and a couple other care centers, and I had clients that I did one-on-one with, some in group settings, depending on like, was it in the home? Were they in a group home? They're not much better. There are some really shitty people who are doing some really shitty stuff in those facilities as well. And so did we just create more shitty environments? Like
again, it's the people that you're getting.
It's nuts. Yeah, I know. And so
I worked in a group
ton of training. I had to do a shit ton of training and get certified and all kinds of stuff. I had to do background check. Like I had to do a ton of stuff to get the job that I had. But then there's other companies that it's like, that's fine. Just come on in. You have
a heartbeat.
Work with this person. Yeah.
Kerr needs to open up a care center.
A care center.
When I got out of college,
just a cigar, but we'll call it a care center.
I will. It'll be cigar therapy. When I graduated college,
roll those cigars
mom and my
better.
sister worked for a company that had group homes. So it was like I got out of school. I needed work. They're like, yeah, sure. You have a college education or whatever. Yeah, sure. You can work for us. I don't think I went through a very strict background check. But I worked in a home that had 3 women in it. And there were other homes that had 2 to 3 people. Then some of them had 5 to 6 and more folks. And I can tell you, like you said, Jessica,
Mhm.
it's saying that the big state facilities where the issues lie, and then you get to these smaller groups, and you're like, "Fucking dude."
And
Let me tell you something.
horrified.
When you're sitting there, I used to give meds out.
Yeah.
I was trained basically how to fill out a document.
Yep.
That was it. So I'm like giving out medications that could knock a fucking horse out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much to go boop,
In your pocket. Yeah.
in your pocket.
Yeah.
And all I was a pencil and paper.
Yeah.
Or pen and paper. And there was some facilities that my sister worked in one. She worked with this one girl. She was fantastic with this girl. But I think you're going to have that problem regardless if you have the wrong people working there. You get what you paid for.
But also you got to remember too, if they're in a group environment, also they might have a disability, but they also have urges as well, like any other human. So if you're not prepared for some of that, and that's also another issue, right? Because like they might not have the cognitive level to know, hey, you shouldn't, that's inappropriate. Like you shouldn't be doing that,
Yes, I
and
know.
so then there's a lot of
some inappropriate stuff.
Also, like you're talking about me there for a second. It's like I'm like, is she hinting around? I'm like, yeah.
No, I used to have
like
a client.
when you walk in the bathroom.
I have urges and I don't know what's inappropriate sometimes. She's like, that's not appropriate.
I had a teenage client, and one of the things that I had to work with him on was, instructional, like, cleaning your body. So he would have to put on a bathing suit, and I'd give him a washcloth, and he would sit on this like bath chair in the shower, and I would have my back to him, and I'd have to be like, okay, you grab your washcloth, grab your soap. And then like he would think it would be funny, be like, okay, I'm all done. Like I'm ready to get out. So I would turn around because thinking he's had his shorts on, right? He would be like, like, look at me. And then like try to like show me.
Are you sure you're not talking about Kevin?
Yeah. Sounds like
like,
a normal dude to me. I don't know what Jim says,
But like that's mild compared
Jessica,
to
why are you telling the story about last night?
That's mild compared to some of the other stories that I have what's happened to me or like what I've seen happen to other people. And I'm like, holy shit. But there's all kinds of stuff. So if you don't have the right people, and there's burnout in any job field, right? And people cannot just be put on a shelf and get back to later. So I see when people get burnt out, teachers, therapists, also they get burnt out. It's a lot of work to deal with someone who's going through a lot of things. And so to not have that kind of support also is awful,
I had a psychiatrist and a therapist telling me that every therapist has a therapist. Every psychiatrist.
It makes sense.
Yeah. And my brother was a therapist for years, and I've seen it. He at one point he reached a point and was just like, I'm done. He did construction for a couple of years. Just had to just get away from that and just do something physical. And did that for a couple of years and then got back involved with it again. But I worked in group homes and I've seen some crazy stuff too. And with not only with the residents, but with the workers, that makes you scratch your freaking head. But then I'm thinking, you're paying these people $4 an hour. What
actually I got paid really good money, so I'm not complaining about how much money I got made. It was a lot of hard work. But also you got to remember, I have 2 special needs kids. Like at the time I have small special. Wyatt was also having tons of medical stuff, and here I am working with adults, and people are like, are you insane? How are you doing this? I'm like, well, I also am learning of what I'm never going to have this happen to my kids.
Right.
And they get to this point. That's why I fought so hard. That's why I went and got a lawyer and sued the school for what they did.
She got our principal fired.
Well,
nice.
Not fired. She forced our principal to resign. So I feel like all of your training with all of these special needs kids and adults have built you to take care of me.
I'm going to say prepared you for this moment when you met Kevin.
Prepared you for this moment of being.
I feel like I have taken on, like we even have dogs that have.
None of our dogs have our average.
That sounds like our house. We have a
Story
dog
of
and a
my
cat that has
life.
issues.
Yeah.
You know, but like burnout is
Annoying.
real. Like I get to the point sometimes too where like I'll be with Wyatt and we'll be at the grocery store and I'll just have this thought and I'll be like, God, this is forever. Like this isn't like just this certain amount of time. Like he is with me forever. We will be forever shopping buddies and doing the same routine. I will be making the same lunch for the rest of my life.
You
You
ever roll
said
over-
White or Kevin?
Yeah, I said, you ever roll over at like midnight, look at me, and goes, God, this is
forever.
But you don't
this is
think
forever.
about that.
Goddamn chicken nuggets.
But you
Forever.
don't think of that for your kids.
Yeah.
You know, like Graham's out there doing stuff. Joe's out there doing like I sit here and think like I don't know how to completely let go for Wyatt. Like with Gabby, it's a little bit different because she's, very verbal. Like she has a lot of other issues, but like she's doing things more capable than Wyatt can ever do. And like his communication skills aren't there. And I worry, like, God, well, this like where can I put him? What can I do? And no place so far has really fit that bill for me to like think about letting him go outside the home. And I'm fine with him being here, but I want him to have some enjoyment in life besides just eating goldfish and listening to music and watching TV. I don't want that for him.
That's his enjoyment.
But I don't want that because he likes doing other things. So I don't want it to be where I'm just like, it's okay. You can sit here for the rest of your life. Like I want to push him, to do what he can do. But that's a hard balance. It really is. But I sometimes do look over at you and think, this is my life.
Yeah, this is forever.
This is forever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You just said eating goldfish and watching TV, and Kevin's like, that sounds fucking great, man.
Pretty fucking sweet, man.
No, Kevin would be just smoking cigars.
Smoking cigars and drinking rum. And
Yeah. He can't sit still. He would
that's it.
forever work. He barely
So-
watches TV now. So
And you brought up Joe. Jen, let's pivot a little bit to Joe's big trip to Zaire coming up.
Do you know where Zaire is, Kevin?
no.
I know it's in Africa.
It's at the end of the alphabet. It's
Yeah.
the.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yes, Tanzania is coming up, and in all seriousness, it is quite remarkable journeys that kids can take and the challenges that they have. And we see people that see Joe now would just never imagine where he was in 2012, and just he shouldn't be here. That's a fact. There's
Here, hold on,
really-
interrupt you, but I'm gonna step out, and
Okay.
then when I get in the kit out the dining room area,
okay.
have Kevin bring me up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, keep going.
Am I gonna know when you're in the dining room area?
Can you see down?
Okay.
Yeah, you can
the-
look down. You can see
I'm a
him.
little picture down there.
Oh, okay,
walk
I see.
around.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. All right, sorry. So, it's if people that see him now just can't comprehend all he has been through. And a lot of people are like, well, why are you doing this fundraising? It's, it's your son. It's, why if you're just raising money for him. And it's not that. Joe, if people don't know, was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 6. He was given about 3 days to live, and he is now 20. He really fought a battle that wasn't supposed to win, and he did. And he just powered through everything. And even during the worst moments, he was always concerned with other people, the other, children on the, floors, kids in clinic. Like he just wanted to do for others. And he was not concerned about himself ever. So he's been doing this for years with fundraising for other things, LLS, other projects with Christmas, the kids that need things at Christmas time, just so much that when he had the opportunity at college to study abroad in Tanzania, we're like, this would be fantastic. The issue is he has to pay completely out of pocket for it. So, our thought, Kerr and I, was, you know what? It's time we do something for Joe. It's time for the community to do something for Joe, because he has done so much for others. Let's give him this opportunity to keep blazing his path forward. And it's not just, schooling that he's doing over there. He's going to be doing volunteer work. He's going to be Kerr's, you can bring Kerr up. He's waving.
We're a cigar smoking arborist. We're going to get to that in just one moment.
Yep. Yes, I will. Sorry. So, he is going to be doing volunteer work in Tanzania. It's a very large Christian community there. And Joe is very much a Christian soldier, I'll call him. He just, even in high school, when in between classes, he would just start reading scriptures and having discussions and just really put his faith in God, and really feels that he has a purpose in life to spread the word and do better and do good and help where he can help. He'll be staying with the Maasai tribe, which is a nomadic tribe in Tanzania, for several days. So he's really going to be, the experience is going to be life-changing even more for him. So again, what can we do? We were like, we need to raise money, talk to a couple people. And it was really I was taken back by what was being sent to us, just people throughout the cigar industry saying, yeah, I'd love to donate. So, we can raise some money and you can just kind of raffle off some cigar stuff. Well, it wasn't just a 5-pack. It wasn't just a mug. We have over 17 packages. Value is anywhere from $250 up to $1,000. And all we're asking is for small donations. If you want to donate more, you just get more raffle tickets. But basically, it's $25 for one ticket, $50 for 3, $100 for 5, $250 for like 40. And I really jumped it up from there. But the prizes, which Kerr is going to show you, are just, it really shows what people in the industry do and how they want to just help and support. And we're a family. Bottom line, the boutique cigar industry is such an amazing family. It really makes me speechless, which is difficult to do.
So anybody watching, you can go to BSR Cigar Fam. That's Victor. Victor, Sam, Romeo, BSR Cigar Fam.
Cigarfam.com.
I'll throw it in the chat. You can throw it in the chat.
Throw it in the chat. BSRcigarfam.com. You can also search Facebook, Ashes to Africa. So
Joe's stories written on there too of all
Joe's stories, what he's going to do when he goes to Nigeria.
I also just wanted to say, when Jen said, this is like a great opportunity for Joe, but it's also the opportunity that Joe will receive. He's going to pay it forward in speed.
Oh my God.
Because that's just the type of person, like when I first met Joe, he's such a beautiful human being, like so caring, just sweet. Yeah. Like you meet him and he just lights up a room. Like he's charismatic. Like he just is a genuinely sweet soul. And I just want the best for him.
Who he reminds me of is Sarah from West Tampa Cigars.
Yeah.
When you're around Sarah and you're around Joe, like you can't be in a bad mood.
No, they're
like
just,
you can't be like just there's just like that glow about them. It just makes you feel better.
Well, and a great example is Joe is going to school for international finance. His goal ultimately is he wants to have a business where he can take ministers and different people of different faiths to go in and sit with incarcerated people. He wants to be able to, let them hear the word of God, speak, have discussions, and you're not lost when you're there. People care, and to hear a young child say that, it's kind of like, it really, like, where does this come from? Like I grew up going to church, Kerr grew up going to church, and we all have our faith, but when a child's like, I want to be able to do this and provide, and the selflessness is just incredible. It really is. And working in the medical field, you see selflessness a lot, but this is a level that it's very surreal at times.
100%.
So Kerr, what are you doing inside the house, Kerr? What are you about to show us here?
I'm hiding.
Our dining room is, oh my God. It's every time I go in there, I'm just like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
We need to create
I'm
some
actually
names.
I'm impressed that I have not freaking dived this, but
Dug into it.
exactly. But Jennifer's point, I mean, there is so much stuff, so much generosity that's been donated. So when you donate, you're just not donating and feeling good about it. Your name's being thrown in to potentially win some fantastic prizes. It's probably going to be close to 10. I think we're close to $10,000 worth of
Yeah.
prizes. So let me see if I can get this right. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes,
see
we
me?
can. Yep.
All right, great. So this, Jessica, this is all you. Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
This is the Rocky Patel travel. Travel. I guess I don't know what this be. A
It's
suitcase.
like a kind of like a picnic basket for cigar people.
Right.
I would
So
say
so
a
what you
party
got?
case.
What you
Yeah.
got is you got you're gonna get 10 this of the Rocky Patel. Was it the 12th anniversary San Andreas cigars? Fantastic. You got a lighter cutter. You're gonna get Traveler's whiskey, a bottle of Traveler's whiskey, 2 glasses. So this is in this beautiful leather bound.
Yeah.
Like you
What
said,
did you call it, Jen?
I call it a party case.
party
Party-
case.
Yeah.
Party
That's
cake.
the
Then we got
faux ostrich skin.
Yes.
faux ostrich. Now there's real ostriches died for this.
Yeah.
So
It's actually really nice though.
Yeah, it
so now
is.
you got your Lars Teton's house blends. These were you can't get these at
I'm so
stores.
jealous. I'm so
You
jealous.
can't get these at stores. Okay, so you got his
No.
Cuban yacht and golf. Lars golfing with his bare feet. You got your Cuban super yacht. You got your FKG, and then
And
you
what's
also have
interesting
your
is
Cuban super yacht again.
it's 40-year tobacco and it's also
Yeah, they're old.
15-year tobacco. So this is like his OG cigars, which his story in itself is I did a little advertisement with his, him in, at a young teenager rolling in a shop, creating his own white boy cigar and just really, but he's such an amazing person and friend. And, I wish Lars, if you're watching this, I'll be messaging you tomorrow. Unfortunately, we will not be able to meet at CI in Pennsylvania on Saturday.
So we have our local cigar lounge, Torch Cigar Pub. We got these great Guinness glasses. I love these. We got a T-shirt. We got we got a donation. Thank you, whoever that is.
Thank you.
The whiskey. This is also from the Red Meat Lovers Club. So you got a bottle of wine, the Camus California wine. You're gonna get yourself a nice coffee mug. This is beautiful. The knife.
Oh my God,
Kevin,
the knife is insane.
This knife is crazy. You got yourself a barbecue sauce, and then you have
steak sauces.
3 packets of the event cigars, the Pico Fuerte.
They're great.
Kara,
too.
can you open up the knife and show it?
Hold on. I mean, we got 2 packets. No,
We
got
have
3
3.
packets. I'm just fucking. It was a joke, Jen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like,
He was gonna try to slide one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
That
really
knife
nice.
is just beautiful, and it says Red Meat Lovers Club on the other side, and just
and it's
Very
heavy. I mean, this thing has weight.
the
to it.
handle is awesome, absolutely
It's
awesome.
crazy. It's crazy what that knife is. I mean, really. I mean, it's impressed by it. Then we got our local Potts Barbecue. They donated some T-shirts. We got some incredible, awesome Potts Barbecue sauce as well. What's really nice about someone like these locals or companies too, you can go online and buy their stuff. So if you get it, you're out of state, it's not a big deal. Here's our box from our good friends at the Wolfpack, right? They got
Yes,
ourselves a
Wolfpack.
Stallone T-shirt.
Right here. Thank you guys.
Look, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We got shirts from
6,
them.
7,
We
8,
have
9,
cigar
9
boxes.
9 T-shirts from the
Wow.
Wolfpack Club. Yeah, so
We
for
have
this 9 T-shirts,
like
we
4
got.
boxes of cigars.
Hold on there, Jen. This is my show right now.
Sorry.
We got breakfast in Portugal.
Room
Box of
101.
breakfast in Portugal. I can't remember what the name of this cigar is here. It's the Babans. A 5-pack of Babans. We got Hoya de Monterrey Shade. We got 2 boxes of them.
We also have their
I'm getting there.
cigars.
I'm getting there. I'm
Okay,
getting there.
sorry.
I'm getting there. We got there. The ones that I'm smoking tonight, Jennifer smoking
Oh, I
tonight,
love
is the
them.
Wolfpack bundle. This is a fantastic cigar. And then we got a bunch of stickers, patches. I mean, fantastic. Big Sky. We got the. I'm sorry, I just kicked your creepy baby carriage. Um,
Oh my god.
yeah, that thing.
I'll
I-
raffle that off too if anyone wants it.
Yeah, we're gonna raffle that off. Then we're gonna raffle a freaking priest for an exorcism as well. So we also have the Undercrown set. We're gonna have a 5-pack of Undercrown. We got a golf hat. We got some ashtrays. Boiling Spring. My buddy Kartik, my main Kartik, donated a $150 gift certificate again. Even if you're
Oh,
not
that's so
living in
nice.
South Carolina, you could still order online. Kartik's a great dude.
Yeah.
Belladama. Check out
Oh my
this. This
God.
Oh, look at that. That's
so
awesome.
so these are antique ashtrays, right?
Oh,
These are from the 30s, and you got a heart, you got diamonds, you got the spade, you got clubs. We're gonna have 2 packs of these, so we got 2 separate sets with her
if no one
cigars.
knows who she is, they better go look her up. 'Cause
Oh
she's
my
She's
like
God.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
the sweetest person on the
Chantel.
planet.
Well,
Love her.
I
We
know,
contacted her.
she's
We contacted her like,
amazing.
hey, maybe you could donate like a sampler pack. She's like, fuck that. And look what happened.
Yeah.
You
And her
know,
story is amazing too. Like she's
well, this
like
is
just how she grew up and everything is
right.
so cool.
Yeah,
Here's
her
another.
dad was a professional poker player.
It's
And look,
so cool.
here's a antique a chip set. I can't remember what this is
Ah,
called, but
It's a chip wheel, even though it's
you
rectangular.
don't tell me that thing doesn't have stories. Look at those burn marks on it. Um, so we're gonna have multiple packs of Belladama. We got Matt Booth. We got the Room 101 hat. We got a Room 101 ring. We got the bracelet, and then we have a
Full
his
collection of anniversary.
full collection of anniversaries. Someone corrected Jennifer, so not the originals. Thank you very much, whoever
Yes,
that
thank
was.
you for
But
letting me know, but it's still the anniversary.
we're well aware. There's still the anniversary blends, 10th through the 15th. So this is again. We also, what I cannot show you here because I'd have to kidnap him. Is the is the event for Agonor Salif,
Oh yeah.
which is going to be really super cool.
Yeah, I think people are gonna enjoy that so
That's
much.
insane.
It is. I mean, that's pretty cool. So that's just again, some of the prizes there, and it's going to be a really really cool event. We're going to be. I mean, first of all, everybody who's participated, donated, we greatly appreciate all that you've done and just your generosity. Joseph thanks you, Jennifer thanks you, I thank you.
Well,
But
Joseph would be thanking us if he was home.
I was getting there,
Yes, thank you,
Jessica. I was getting ready.
Jessica. Thank you.
I was getting ready to lay that guilt trip on there too, but thank you for that. This is Jennifer, really spelled out, the story pretty clearly with all that Joseph's been through and it's never deterred. It's an opportunity to for him to go over there and Jessica, you said something very poignant. It's not only Joseph's going to learn a great deal and have a great adventure and be able to international business. He's gonna be doing volunteer work, but he's gonna pay it forward. And I think his impact in Africa is gonna be huge, which I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to
everyone
that.
that meets him really they feel that their life has changed, and people in the hospital that I work for still come up to me.
You can take me down now, Kev. Thanks,
Know
buddy.
Joe's story, from when I was working there when he got diagnosed, and they'll still ask me how he's doing now and just how impactful his story has been to them. Just his views on life and how he truly feels cancer is a blessing. Yes, it is a curse and horrific, but he truly feels that if he didn't have leukemia, he wouldn't be where he is today. He wouldn't be able to help the people he's helped. He wouldn't have the mission and the purpose in life, the family he has. It's just, to think who would even say that? Never mind a child. And it's just, again, it's sometimes you just kind of take a step back and wonder, like, where is this coming from? Like, it's really quite divine intervention at times with what we hear and just what people say to us, when they meet him or read his story or even just speak with him. They'll just come up to us and be like, oh, you're Joe's mom, you're Joe's dad. And, what an awesome kid. And, thank you. And I'll have patients that I care for that are terminal with metastatic cancer, and they want to know how Joe's doing. And it's the brightest part of their day is hearing about Joe. And just, he makes a difference, and he'll keep doing that no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
I can't wait to see all the videos and the photos. And I mean, Algeria,
and you were very generous, Kevin, and donated your
the GoPro.
GoPro. Yeah. Kevin, thank you very much for that, Kevin.
That's going to be amazing, Kevin, with Joe using the GoPro. And just this, he'll be going on safari. We have his malaria
jungles
pills
of the Cameroon, and
tell him to pick up some tobacco. We want him to grab some tobacco while he's there. But
go see Jeremiah Mirafil right around the corner there where he'll be at.
You know what's important too for like this whole thing with Joe is like when you're young, like things are scary in life. Like what could be more scarier than being basically like diagnosed with that and like not knowing if you're gonna survive, right? And his attitude since small child has always been positive.
Yeah.
And even though he was in a situation where that's like an easy thing to be like, this sucks, right? And he could have been a totally different person.
Hate life and hate people
but not at all. Just embrace, like it just shows you like how his personality has been through all of that, because that is tough. It is tough. Like when, for families, for the kid, like it really does put a strain that I don't think people could ever comprehend unless they're going through it. And he still always had a positive attitude.
It's one thing that I've had many conversations with Brad Reith, about faith and everything else. And, we talk and he always asks like, why don't you believe? He knows why. Why don't you believe? And it's just, I'm like, always kids with cancer. How does a God give a child cancer? But then you look at like Joe, and it's just like, like you said, Jen, like, he's
known his purpose.
So I mean, he's going to be a good man because he got cancer, as a kid, and it's just, so I look at that sometimes. It's like, when I ask myself that, or when I say that, why would any God give a child cancer? And then it's like, damn it, Joe.
Well, yeah,
like,
and I question that.
Ruined my argument right there.
I'm right there with you, Kevin.
Ruins my argument. Yeah.
I'd be in the hospital. And I'm just, my faith was gone, was devastated. And Joe would tell me, Mom, it will be okay. I'm okay. So, it just,
it's tough.
He just knew.
And not all stories end that way.
No, they don't.
And that's,
yes,
I mean,
yes.
I think to your point, Kevin, that's always a tough pill to swallow. It's hard to have faith when you have stories that don't end that way. When you do have stories where, it's terminal.
Right. And like, I know like with my situation with why it's a little bit different. He had a lot of medical procedures and stuff and surgeries, but being in the hospital constantly. He was from the time he was born until he was like 10. We were in a hospital all the time for something, a surgery or some kind of illness or something that was going on. But I stayed a lot of times at the Ronald McDonald House, and you get to meet all these other families there, and they have a dedicated like section for children who have leukemia or cancer, and everything is sterile. Like there's no like all the washing machine, everything has to be like no scent, no scented anything, and like all kinds of stuff. And I like had a different perspective of like other people's children, right? Like not just my own, right? Like because that can be daunting in itself, but then you're like, wow, you look around, you're like, there's so many other things happening to different families for different reasons. Like one time that I was there, and this girl, she was the first child in the US to have this surgery where her intestines, she was born with her intestines outside of her, and they developed this like suit and put her in a coma, and she had to have multiple surgeries, and they used pig skin to make her new stomach. And so that was like, you know, a crazy thing to experience and get to meet this family and like all that they had been through. And, you know, you just sit there and think like for yourself as an adult, like how you're like angry or you can't understand how people like can handle going through this. And then your kid's like happy and your kid's like thriving and they're handling it well. And you're like, how? Like, you know, I used to watch Wyatt get poked and prodded and he'd still be a happy kid. And I was like, yeah, I couldn't do it as an adult, you know, like I couldn't have handled that, you know. And one of Wyatt's good friends from the time, you know, he was in school to the time she passed away, she had Down syndrome, but she also had leukemia and she did not live. And that was hard. And I still talk to her mom to this day and it breaks my heart. Like, that she had all, you know, she was already born with Down syndrome. And then on top of it, she had leukemia. And it's like, sometimes you just can't wrap your head around it, you know?
I think these moments also, you bring up a really interesting point, just because and some folks don't get it, it's just having perspective.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily a situation where your situation is worse off than the other person's or et cetera, et cetera. You find that whether it's leukemia, Down syndrome, the other situation with the intestines or whatever, there's a lot, same footprint, a lot of overlapping. But the one thing, it always, if you have an open mind and open heart, is you gain some perspective on your own situation. Maybe level sets you a little bit to say, well, okay, it could be worse, or gosh, I'm blessed here, or you know, I have an opportunity maybe to reach out to this other person and help them.
Right. That was what I was going to say.
Some of the strength that I've learned.
Pay it forward.
And that's where, you know, we've learned. I know Joseph talked to some kids, you know, that have been and are in a pretty dicey situation when it comes to leukemia and some other cancers. But, you know, not unless you've walked in those shoes, you know, or at least something very similar, you know, it's really tough to relate. But once you have, you know, you owe it not only to individuals around you who need your support and help and love and experience, but you also owe it to yourself on what you've been through and what you've been given. And I think Joseph really gets that. That's the one thing that really, with meeting Jennifer and Joseph, I mean, when I met Joe, he was like 35 pounds, bald,
6 years old,
you know, stinking, almost transparent.
He was little though. He was a little guy.
Very sickly. I still have a video of him singing "Happy Birthday" to me, and he looked horrible. But you know, finding so much strength in this little skinny, frail, you know, emaciated white kid who's battling cancer. What was inside him was a monstrosity of a man versus what was on the outside.
Yeah.
And understanding that monstrosity of a man was really rooted in faith, even at that age, not even knowing it, and how that faith grew. And, you know, I learned a great deal from it. It's helped me out a great deal. So when you encounter people like this, you know, they have a purpose in life. And if you don't take advantage of that purpose, you know, I think, you know, you got to readjust your priorities, you know?
Yeah.
So definitely. We will be doing the drawing mid-December. We have a couple dates we're throwing around. Joe will be home for Christmas break on the 13th ish of December. So looking at possibly the 15th, but we're going to be doing a live show. So we'll talk with you guys to see what is best and do the live drawing on air. Again, we appreciate any donations. We will love to be giving these amazing gifts to the winners and just say thank you. And also a huge thanks to all the cigar people and businesses that donated. And we didn't, we basically said, hey, do you want to help? And next thing we know, we have all this in our house. So it's really, again, quite awesome on what, our local community's been doing, what the cigar industry's been doing to help, and, just helping each other because, we're all family. So,
and pushing
again,
and promoting
you.
it too.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who share the link, we appreciate that 100%. Spread the word. I mean, we all have been there. It's tough to be like, I'd love to donate, but things are tight. It's the holidays, whatever the case may be. Eggs are $50 a dozen. But
Not
at
here.
the end of the day, even sharing it, you can make a huge impact. You never know if you share it, then someone shares it. That one person's like, hey, you know what? You got some money laying around, and that sounds like some great cigar.
Hey,
Uncle Barry. It's my Uncle Barry.
What's going on?
He's donated. Thank you, Bones.
He has. I think you know what? I've seen Bones get more involved as Alabama moves up in the rankings.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or moves down. He's a more Florida State guy. I'm just getting back a hard time. But thank you. And it's pretty straightforward, man.
Yeah.
Good opportunity to win some great prizes.
Yeah, there's they posted up a link, vsrcigarfam.com. Look up Ashes to Africa on Facebook. Joe's going to have I'm super jealous to be exploring Ghana and all that it has to offer. And
just say Africa.
I think they should go with him, Kevin.
Thank God Joe has the GoPro, so now he can film. And when he's talking, he needs to keep saying where he is located, so maybe it will register in Kevin's brain.
It'll be all right, Kevin. I can see you arriving. Be like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, chicken nuggets.
Wawa?
We have chickens. Yeah. Can you nugget-fy that chicken for me?
I did want to add just, with what, what Joe's trying to do, and for like all the causes and stuff that he's going to be, involved in, because I know that just the type of person he is, I just, like, from my perspective, like, it took me like a long time to like come to the decision that I did when like I had to, advocate for Gabby and Wyatt like recently. And I sit here and think like Joe is doing all of this stuff so effortlessly. And here I'm a grown ass woman. And like, I was kind of like, oh, like gonna take what, the school was doing to my kids and kind of just be like, oh, like whatever. And then like, I was talking to Kevin about it and I kept getting more angry and like you guys were like trying to do all this stuff for Joe. And I'm like, I cannot sit and be quiet. Like I need to advocate and like fight for my kids, and like Joe is like advocating though, not just for himself, but like for all people, you know what I mean? And that's just even like a cooler thing. Like that, like you said, he's only 20. It's like, he's been doing that for a long time though. It's not even just like, oh, he decided, oh, I went to college. Now I want to be some kind of, person that does this. He's been doing that since he was little, like advocating for himself, advocating for other people. And I just think that like, that's huge. It's like, you don't have like the means to possibly like, participate in this. It's fine. But, read his story. Like, you can get involved in other ways. Like, follow his journey. Like, I think that's
and there's other ways to help your local community. If you can't help, Joe, and we understand it's a holiday season. Craig Vanderslice, Cigar Craig, we were talking about this last night. We're both big proponent of giving blood. Yeah. That, if there's anything you can do, I think Craig had said, is like, well, it's literally, the smallest thing you can do to help. And I go, literally, that's and he didn't know, and I'd asked him, we were talking about giving blood, are you on the bone marrow donor list? And he's like, no, I didn't know about that. I'm like, I've been on the list for like 30 years, so if you can't help, like I said, start locally.
Yeah.
Go to your local blood center, donate blood.
100%, man. Make an impact locally.
Yeah, get on the bone
No.
marrow donor list, and
Yeah.
and Kerry, you and Jen might be able, help me like the numbers. Tell them, Craig, like if you need bone marrow, like there's like 2 people in the world that can give, for you, and if those people aren't on the list,
right,
you die.
Right.
Oh,
So I am
it's unbelievably difficult to find a match for bone marrow.
So I'm on the list as well for the bone marrow. I also donate quite a bit because I'm RH negative, and they're always looking for my blood.
Alien
because
blood.
you're an alien.
An alien blood. And so I do donate, but the only thing I haven't done yet is the plasma, and that's on my list to do. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
It's a little bit longer of a process and all that stuff. But also, if that's a help to anyone, if you donate your plasma, some places pay you.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get paid like anywhere here. I've seen anywhere between $500 and $750
Yeah.
for donating plasma.
The closest one to us in Fort Myers, I think, starts off at like $300, and then it's less each time you go.
I gotta do that.
They have a
Why aren't
place
you-
on
why-
Wayne Hampton.
Why aren't you
Tell me
doing
about
that?
Excuse me, why are you not doing it?
Yeah, I've done platelets a couple times. I've never done the plasma.
Yeah, the
I gotta do
plasma.
the plasma. I didn't know
yeah.
they could do that.
Yeah.
A couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of your
Yeah.
alien blood, Jessica,
Yes.
if you haven't seen it, Age of Disclosure is
I know.
now released.
Yeah.
We read $20. Care cost $20.
I know. We
I-
rented it, Kevin.
No, we
I
didn't.
know.
rent
Same
it.
here. I know.
Did you buy it?
I bought it.
Kara bought
Did
it,
you?
Kevin.
I
It
don't
was
think-
listen, $19.99
is-
to rent, $24 to
I have to
buy.
watch it. Kara.
I decided to buy it because I was kind of tired one night, but I was still a little amped, and I started watching
Yeah.
it.
So what do they
Um,
say about the alien blood?
No,
They
it's
said,
about it, yeah.
check out Jessica.
Yeah. So-
It's. I mean, well done. Did you watch it, Kevin?
Oh yeah, well, I rented it the other night.
I fell asleep.
What'd you think?
So Jessica fell
It
asleep.
was late.
I liked it. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I knew, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff, some stuff I didn't know, and it was just encouraging to see all of the people, like the high-ranking officials,
Yeah, I think that was the most impressive
that
part.
that once this stuff released.
Yeah,
So I was telling Jessica, I'm still on the fence about Lou Elizondo.
Yeah.
I think he's a government
I
plant
don't
for
think
disinformation.
So. I did not get that vibe from him.
But
Kevin
but,
has
I
this thing
don't
about
but,
him.
but I've
I
also
didn't get
I've
that
also watched 50 things that Lou Elizondo has
Yeah.
been in. I'm skeptical
I
of Lou
cannot-
Elizondo.
But here's the thing, like if he was trying to be like a government plan or whatever, you would think he would still be trying to cover up like some of this stuff. But he's like really gotten a lot of these other guys to come forward. So that's why I have a hard time thinking he's got some kind of hidden propaganda
I don't know.
agenda. I don't know.
Kevin.
I
There's
didn't get that. I didn't get that vibe from him, but it's
something's
fine.
not. Yeah, but like Kevin, I've watched a bunch of things.
Yeah,
with him.
see, and I have
The other
Yeah.
guy too. Who is the other Mark something? The other guy.
See that
who's,
the guy that was a pilot.
No. The pilots are. I think they're 1,000% legit.
Yeah.
Guys. They're-
Oh yeah.
I'm
the
trying to
other
think
guy
you're
who
talking
worked
about.
at ATIP, and he was with.
Oh yeah, I know who you're
There's
talking
the
about.
physicist as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't think of his name. He had blonde
it's-
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's another one where I'm like,
The guy that was, I'm sketchy on him. The guy from Skinwalker Ranch, the astrophysicist.
What the heck is his name? Why
What
can't I think of his name?
what is his?
Mike DeGrasse Tyson.
What's that?
No.
Yeah,
He also just was on a panel with the government for.
Well, there's
like,
a couple of guys in that
He works for NASA too.
the age of
He works for
disclosure.
NASA.
It does. I mean,
Travis Taylor,
Travis.
Dr. Travis Taylor.
Yeah.
they're a little sketchy.
Yeah, because in Age of Disclosure, they listed him as a like astrophysicist for like the U.S. Army, and I know
Which
he
he
was,
was.
and I know he was part of ATIP while he was also on Skinwalker Ranch. he was giving the government
Yeah,
information.
he said that on Skin.
Yeah, and it
She
came
said
back
was
out, and
fine.
then the crew was like a little pissed off, like,
Yeah.
hey, you're giving the government some of this information. I was real.
Well, what else was he supposed to do with that data that they were?
I
that
know,
was the whole point, though. But that's also what they say too, right? During the show, is like, we're collecting all this data, we're doing all this. So then what do you want to gatekeep it? Like, it doesn't make sense, is it? If your point is to get the world to acknowledge these things, and that was the premise of why they were doing this.
See, my thought was he was giving the government information, and then if he was some type of government plant, he could steer some of these things he was doing, away from.
But I don't think that the guy.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Sometimes these guys are always trying to direct you to look over here.
Yeah,
and what's over here?
Over here.
Yeah,
like there's just
over
stuff
here
that they're never going to release to the.
No, they're not going to. I mean,
It's just
you're
not
never
gonna
going to
happen.
see alien pictures, at least in our lifetime. I don't think you're not going to see clear pictures of ships. A couple things I liked about this, which was different. It was all a collective of different things that we've seen, Kevin. It was professionally done. I loved how they really did map out the history and the structure.
Yeah.
I loved how they explained the way the ships are able to create that bubble around, and how they can evade radar detection, how they can go through different like water and everything effortlessly. And I thought it was even more interesting when they started getting deep into the specifics, events over the years, all connected with nuclear, energy.
Yeah.
And then when you take all of that and you start layering Rubio and all these other senators and all these former defense, folks, and it told a really interesting story. And the story was really basically, look, they're real. We've seen it. We know it's real. We got to disclose this. And I think as they're doing this, there's some other shit going over here that they don't want you to know about. And I love the fact on how they bury and hide shit by getting these company and contractors to do all the reverse engineering, so it's not subject to the Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah, and one thing that goes back to when President Clinton signed the executive order, basically exonerating Area 51, because they had a couple people come out and sue because they were exposed to chemicals.
What do you say? It's above his.
And it's one thing he had said in one interview, when he started asking questions, he was told it's above his security clearance.
Which is
so when the president of the United States doesn't have the need to know, that's when it was scary. But
so I said to Kevin, though, I said, who's making these decisions? Who's in charge?
And I think they said that in the age of disclosure. There's probably only 2 or 3 people in the government that know what's going on. It's
because
so
Rubio explained that. How you have a senator or congressman or woman or whomever that maybe 30, 50 years ago, you had a bunch of people know it. Well, what happens is they either die or they get voted out, and then you have a replacement, and then a replacement, and it gets watered down. So these people are rotating in and out every 4, 8 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. But you have an astrophysicist, or you have someone who's been the head of a department for 30 years. That's where you don't know what's going on, because here's the surface of what government officials know and how they rotate in and out. And some folks are, you figured that it's been 80 years. How much has been watered down in the knowledge at a government level, but yet these super secret groups and people who are overseeing these programs, who are never being removed from their position, that are 2 and 3 levels lower, they know everything, and no one above them knows what the fuck's going on.
All right, two things. Kerr, do you think it's worth the $20 for someone to rent this?
Yes.
Okay, and second thing, do you think that this knowledge and this stuff is passed down from like generation to generation, like of families? Like, do you think this kind of started with like organizations, but it's within families, and now it's like that's like
No.
what it's
like the Bilderbergers and
yeah, like the like that.
I think
type
maybe
of-
some of those folks, but if you're talking about someone and some of these folks,
because we're talking about money, right? Like people
I've
have to
known
have
this for
money
years,
for
and I
this.
never spoke a word of it to my family. So I think some of these folks who are overseeing shit, their family has no idea.
No, right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like when you're talking about them reverse engineering things and like certain, there's funding coming from, I would say, these families, right? Like they might not know everything that their like money is funding, but they know that they're part of something, right? It's like a separate secret thing.
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
know.
get into any
Kinda how
type
I-
of private funding. A lot of it was more about the government money that's just being
Okay.
rerouted.
But you don't think that there's private funding
Of
involved?
course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because when you got companies like Lockheed Martin
Yeah.
that have these craft or these things, and they're trying to figure out how to
I mean,
market and monetize them. Yes, they're going to these.
those people just paid a shit ton of money to take a trip into space and come back. Like there's funding coming from these.
Well, there is, especially with the
famous and,
flat
like,
Earth. It's pretty
right, but
Yeah.
like
challenging.
it's mind blowing.
And it
But
really
it's
is, and it's really, you know, and I remember that in the interview with Elon Musk just recently when he you know, whether, you know, like he believed and everything else, he goes, I hope like there, you know, well, I know there are, you know, and I hope if we have anything, like they would disclose it, because he goes, it would put me out of business.
He
And
just had access to all that information.
You know,
He could've
you know,
found that out himself.
well, that's what he had said that, and he goes, if I knew about this, he goes, I would not be filling a rocket with liquid and then lighting it on fire and going to space. He goes, I want to be put out of business because of this technology. If this was out here, you know, like we wouldn't be, like I said,
we clearly don't have that
lighting shit on
technology.
fire.
Yeah, we
and
don't
then,
have that technology.
You know,
No, not to be able to distort space and time the way that's and the way they explained it. Again, when you just look at the surface, it makes sense. And then when the astrophysics and the different physicists are going, look, this is not only how it's being done, but it also goes against what we know.
Yeah.
So and that's, I think that's the biggest problem that most average folks think of. It's like, okay, you can't think outside of this bubble because these things and what we're seeing and what's going on is operating outside of our knowledge. So if all you know is 2 + 2 is 4, but you realize that they're operating at a level where 2 + 2 equals 5,022 to the nth degree, you can't wrap your head around that because we don't have nothing in our mathematics or physics. That's why we always laugh when we watch Big Bang Theory. It's these theoretical physicists. When you hear some of the shit that they're coming up with different theories, you're like, well, yeah, it's really easy. You can make it up, but they actually can think at that level to be able to go, oh, well, yeah, this could happen, but then all this other shit would have to happen, which goes against all that we know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then they always come out, like when we watch certain shows, they also do correct themselves, right? When they've discovered something, right? Like something new or something has changed and can make something possible or never could be possible. And then that's always interesting too, because then you're like, oh, now we got to start from ground zero of everything we thought we knew because we've just discovered like some whole other thing, you know? And it's like,
Kev, you and I always talk about Bob Lazar is the one that always is the one of the most legit,
because he's never written a book, you know, or made money, and he just, and his story never changes.
Yeah.
Nope. That he's lost a lot.
Yeah.
They've smeared him. And then he talked about the compound or the element that everyone laughed at him and thought
Element
he was freaking
115.
making it up. Yep. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, oh yeah, element
Dude,
115 is for real.
20 years later, we find it, So
Yeah.
I think we have the spacecraft. I don't think we know how it works, and we still haven't figured it out because like we would use it, So
And that's the other thing too, is like we've proven as a society to not always use things for good.
No, we're idiots.
And right. And also like maybe we're not meant to know how to use this stuff yet. Like
Well,
it's
you're
not
saying
the
that they're
time,
not. They're
right?
not.
It's just not the time.
They were saying during the age of disclosure is like, if we knew about this, we could like have clean, renewable energy that's free.
Yeah.
But because it falls in the hands of XYZ,
Yeah.
we're looking how can we turn it into a weapon? How can we monetize it?
Yeah. How can
Yeah.
we and then it always comes down to who does this actually benefit? If it benefited everyone, that would be great, but it doesn't benefit everyone financially. So therefore, money rules the world.
Free energy collapses societies
Yeah.
for a short term.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Free energy, the box, you've seen those from the 60s, 70s, 80s, these people come up dead, after they reveal that they have a free energy box and that just plugs into the dark matter, whatever.
Yeah.
And it puts a big oil, coal,
I mean,
wind energy, solar.
Imagine
money,
though having that ability to do that for society, and what other energies we could be focusing on to like make our world even better, by taking that off the table of like.
And if you look at the byproduct, like if tomorrow they announce that there's free clean energy,
Millions of people get put out of work.
You talk about just oil, right?
Yeah.
So everyone says, "Whoa, there's big oil industries." Okay, well, imagine all the people that are impacted by that, from the workers at the freaking oil rigs to the freaking companies that haul it, that store it, that distribute it. I mean, just every single person that's impacted from that by that industry goes away.
Yeah.
Income, job.
But it's already happened in so many
away.
other industries. Like you look at like just from like the AI perspective of things, right? Like AI is taking over so many jobs. Like when one time like Sears, more did Sears go and get you your it was like a computer did it and it came on like a belt. There was like no person anymore.
I know, I was a stock boy at Sears back in the day.
That's what I mean. It's like, so there's been maybe not on that scale though. Like that's a bigger scale.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about replacing all the freaking stock boys, which I was at Sears, which was, hey, someone's out front. They give you a number. You go running back.
Right.
Looks like a mini version of the end of, what's that? Indiana Jones and
it's true. It's
and
true.
You're crawling up there and you're bringing out someone's freaking air conditioning. Here you go, ma'am. Replace, okay. But oil, coal. I mean, any of these energy, gas, how that would impact. Like Kevin said, it would be a huge collapse. So now everyone would be like, "Great, we got free energy, so I got no job, I got nothing."
But it would have to turn into something
I can turn my lights on for free.
Right. But I don't know. There has to be
it's huge
something in some kind of process of it all. I mean, obviously, like other jobs that have been replaced over time and stuff, it didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual thing. So it's like, when people go off grid, right? Like you talk about all this sustainable living, right? Like clean, like water and doing solar and stuff. There are people who are proving that certain things can be done, and
it's a full-time job for them too. When you see those people living off the grid.
But like, if there was an ability to have, clean and free energy, what does that look like for the people that would take away from like the oil industry? Where do you go from there? So then it goes into some other type of environmental type of something. You would think their skills would still be useful somewhere.
Well, I can tell you there's probably a lot of people way smarter than us who have already mapped out the collapse. I mean, I think when they were in that documentary, they said, what if we were to notify the public and let them know that, there's aliens out there?
Right.
And I think they start throwing everything that would be impacted. They got like a list of 60 things.
Yeah.
From the worst impact all the way to the least. And when you have something like clean energy or free energy, you have someone out there who's figuring out. I'd go check out, type it into AI, see what AI will tell you. What would happen tomorrow in this industry if we had free energy? And it'll probably map out how wide the breadth and depth of the impact and the negativity it would really have, because that's how dependent we are.
But then you sit there and say, on the other hand, for your environment, for everything that also has a concern of when all these things are happening, when they're drilling, when they're doing all those things, how it's impacting our world. So do we not have a world to still have in a few years? You know what I mean? Like, it just
we'll be fine in a few years. I think
I think everybody's
overreacting with that.
But do you see what I'm saying, though? It's like, if you have a chance to do better for your world, the environment, and make it more sustainable, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Not if you collapse every society.
Yeah,
not
if you collapse everything and turn everything into fucking utter chaos.
You're gonna uplift millions of people, in Africa, where Joe's gonna go.
Yeah.
That don't have clean water. They don't have energy of any types. You're gonna uplift millions and millions of those people, but you're also gonna collapse and displace millions and millions of people. So
yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah. I'll have Joe bring that up to
the
people of Angola when he goes over there.
What was that movie with Val Kilmer? Was it called Saints? Where that woman doctor found a way to make clean energy, and he had all these different disguises, and he was trying to
Oh yeah, I can't remember that.
Was it called Saints?
I don't think
remember.
So.
It was a good movie though, where she was in Russia and she was talking about clean energy, and he was all these different characters, and they fell in love or whatever. But it was all about clean energy.
I just remember the movie with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman with the yeah, and it just irritates me to no end. Morgan Freeman would light a cigar, and then a minute later he throws it out. What are you doing? It was the whole movie of focusing on that cigar.
Oh my god!
Renewable cigars, Kevin.
That's it. So all right, I think that's a good stopping point. Everybody look up on Facebook, Ashes to Africa. Go to vsrcigarfam.com. Get your raffle tickets. We only got a few more weeks left to get in on some amazing giveaways. So please, if you can't donate, at least share the link. And that's and maybe someone else can get in on that as well. So we definitely appreciate that if you can do that.
And I'll leave you with this, Jessica, because I just typed it in.
Okay.
Global direct oil and gas workers, 11 million jobs lost immediately.
Jeez.
Indirect jobs lost, 20 to 25 million. Induced jobs lost, 30 to 40 million. Realistic total impact, global jobs lost, 60 to 75 million. That's roughly 1 out of every 25 jobs on Earth gone.
Oh, okay.
Impact on the U.S. alone, 1.5 million direct oil and gas jobs gone, and 9 to 10 million indirect and induced jobs.
Ask it how long before this, society is back up and running from if this was to have happened.
It says, what was that movie with Sylvester Stallone?
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Yes, it
That
said
was a
look
good
up
movie.
Demolition Man because then Taco Bell would take over the world.
Yeah. Every restaurant is Taco Bell. Ha, he doesn't know how to use the seashells.
Yeah. It didn't give me anything specifically, but it talks about oil like cities like Houston, Midland, Odessa, Calgary. A lot of these cities would collapse.
Yeah.
A new class divide emerge. I mean, they're always going to give you some happy, free transportation
But
shit.
for me, there to me, it would be like, okay, so then what would be an alternative career or job opportunity for someone in those fields that no longer would exist?
It'd be companies too. You're not only talking about jobs. I mean, if you're a company that makes
Yeah, that's
machine
true.
parts to a drill that freaking has the
Right.
ability to drill at a certain angle into the earth to
Yeah, but that's still going to have to happen. Like the drilling still has to happen. It's not all just for oil. There's also minerals that people are still drilling for other
this
things.
is specifically oil and gas only.
Okay.
So yeah, you'd have to try and pivot and start making machine parts for a new drill.
Yeah.
But the potential that
Yeah.
this could always still happen has to be a thought process, right? Like our goal as a society shouldn't just be based on, we got to take all our resources from, our environment when there could be a better way for the environment.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's all. I'm not an environmentalist freak. I'm just saying, like, there has to be that thought process.
Sound like it.
Drill, baby,
Well,
drill.
I'm sorry that I think I want my planet to thrive. I would like my kids, my grandkids.
But I'm only going to be on it for another 20 years at
best,
best, so we're
thinking
good
about
till then.
my
Let them. They'll be
their
fine.
generations and
It's
stuff.
their
I would
problem.
want.
They'll be fine. They could start.
Is a problem. Like I feel like
Recycle.
that's what a lot of generations do. It's like, we shit on this and it's someone else's problem. It's like you can make a real impact regardless, even if it seems small, even if you might not see it in your time. That impact is there, good or bad.
Yes.
That's why you should donate to VSRcigarFan.com.
Yes,
That's it.
Exactly.
you
And that's what it's all about. If you
Send
donate to
Joe to
VSRcigarFam.com, Joe will go to Africa, assess the situation, let you know what's going on.
That's it. All right, everybody. It's been a great show. We really do need to do this more.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
I've been asking.
Yeah,
That's
I promise
great.
not to be so cranky.
Yes.
Next time.
So-
I was
Oh,
so
you
cranky.
weren't cranky at all, Jessica.
I was very cranky.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Look at
first
it.
15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
but you got out of your system.
the one thing we're 2 hours 21 minutes into this. Let's leave it. We'll come back to say our final goodbyes. Let's leave it with a word from our partners over at Fogbox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be real. Most travel cigar cases look the same. Black, boring, forgettable. But Fogbox, they're doing it different. Every Fogbox travel case and lighter features custom hydro dip graphics, from bold patterns to badass designs that pop. These aren't just tools, they're statements. Whether you're at a lounge, a campsite, or on the beach, Fogbox gear stands out while keeping your cigars protected and fresh. Plus, the quality is rock solid. Airtight, rugged, and built to handle wherever you take it. If you're still carrying around the same black plain cigar case everyone else has, it's time for an upgrade. Visit fogbox.com and grab something as unique as your cigar taste. That's fogbox.com. Built to travel, designed to stand out.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming on, spending a
Thank
couple
you.
hours of your night with us. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Jen and Jessica.
I felt like you weren't sure how to say our names.
Yeah. Kerr and I have missed you, and yes, let's try at least let's try at least once a month. Let's try
That'd
going
be good.
forward to have this, and I had a blast. It was really.
I'll
fun.
have to make sure in between my 3D printing schedule and
Yeah.
baby schedule.
Yes.
Hey, remember this. I'm Kerr.
I'm Jen.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Jessica.
And we are. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Remember, bullies
Please
make
make
good friends.
good friends. Yeah.
We never could do it then either.
Yeah. It's